opportunity to come in here. The Mecca of Hockey, Montreal. A huge game for the Montreal Canadiens as they look to get into the postseason. And with Demidov coming in here, the atmosphere is incredible. So, finding these young guys, I take advantage of this moment. This is a special moment for these young players coming in the NHL. This is what it's all about.
You can't get excited for a game like this. You don't have a heartbeat like Doug Wilson, your old teammate. All right. Who's going to deliver? Sponsored by Mitsubishi Electric Heating and Air Conditioning. Electric heat pumps for a better environment inside and out. Visit getacomfyhome.com. I'm going to ride the hot horse. I'm going to leave Troy the low-hanging fruit. The hot horse to me is Nick Foligno, Blackhawks captain. 3 goals in his last 2 games, including a pair of shorthanded goals. So Nick Foligno is my guy tonight. Keys to the game, sponsored by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers, and Troy has your keys.
Thanks, John. The first key is don't be intimidated, as I said. Enjoy this moment. Embrace this moment. This is what it's all about. Get yourself excited to play this game. The second key is the new guys, Ryan Green, Demidov. A lot of hype around Demidov, but Ryan Green is certainly going to be a great addition to the Blackhawks roster as well. And the third key, Blackhawks and the Habs. The Habs are playing, Montreal playing really good, but if the Hawks can win the special team matchup in this game, I think they have a good chance of winning.
I agree. All right, Troy, sticking with you. Who are you banking on, as if I don't already know? Sponsored by Marquette Bank. Love where you bank, celebrating 80 years of neighborhood banking.
I'm going to go with Ryan Green, the new kid, 21 years of age, 200-foot player, drafted in the second round, 57th overall. Played in the U.S. Junior Hockey League with the Green Bay Gamblers. He makes his NHL debut from Paradise, Newfoundland.
It's a suburb of St. John's, Newfoundland. All right. We will get to the starting lineups momentarily, but right now, we're going to send it down to ice level for both anthems. And before we do, they are recognizing a member of the Montreal Canadiens team, a longtime member. And this is in the French language, folks. I know that any of you that are listening on our airwaves, you may or may not understand the French language, but this has been a in his memory.
Merci. Thank you.
It was a moment of silence, folks, for a man named Bob Fisher, who was connected to the Canadiens organization.
Veuillez maintenant vous lever,
retirer send it down to ice level and pick up both the Star-Spangled Banner and O Canada.
Nous vous demandons dans l'esprit de ce grand sport qui nous unit tous de respecter les hymnes canadiens et américains, ainsi que les joueurs qui représentent fièrement les deux pays. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Remove your hats and caps for the singing of the national anthems. Despite recent events, we ask in the spirit of this great game that unites everyone, that you kindly respect the Canadian and U.S. national anthems and the players representing each country. Veuillez accueillir, please welcome, Sherilyn Tauker, accompagné à l'orgue d'Ardiane Bibeau.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
nice job with our anthems here. Crowd is abuzz, as you might imagine, here in Montreal. Let's get to the starting lineups for tonight's game, sponsored by the Mid-America Carpenters Regional Council. Strong alone, unstoppable together. For the Montreal Canadiens, it's going to be Sam Montembeault in goal. For Montembeault in his career against the Blackhawks, he's 2-1-1. At defense are going to be Chicago area kid Lane Hudson, along with Caden Dooley. And up front from left to right, the Canadiens are going to be featuring Josh Anderson at left wing, centering their opening line. Another Chicago area kid, Christian Dvorak. And starting at the right wing, Brendan Gallagher. For the Blackhawks, it's Arvid Soderblom in goal. He is 1-0-1 against the Canadiens. At defense for the Hawks are going to be Sam Renzel and Alex Vlasic up front from left to right. Oliver Moore starts at left wing. Ryan Green centers the Hawks opening line, and Nick Foligno starts at the right wing. Referees this evening are Graham Skilleter and Francis Sharon. Handling the lines are Steve Barton and Andrew Smith. And we're underway here in Montreal. In behind the Hawk net, the puck taken back by the Canadiens. Dvorak to Gallagher left circle. Vlasic stepped up on him and knocked the puck free. And now Renzel's got it behind the Hawk net. Bank pass up the left wing side. Never left the zone. Anderson will punch it back down in behind the net. Soderblom handling the puck, put it into the far corner. Renzel passing up the left wing and more. He is hit by... Boy, he's hit by Anderson as he tried to get to the bench. Meanwhile, the puck comes to center ice, and Gallagher's right back into the hot zone down the left wing and fires a shot over the net. Caulfield behind the net now, tried to center the puck. This deflects through to the left wing side, and Ryan Green will place it off the glass and down ice into the Canadian zone. Hawks in a line change. Uri Slafkowski back into the Hawk zone, right wing side. Put it over to Nick Suzuki along the left wing boards. Suzuki battling, turned the puck over, though, to big Louis Crevier, who clears it ahead to Ilya Mikheyev. Mikheyev now at the Hawk line on the right wing. Sweeps it across the rink. Here's Connor Murphy to center ice on the left wing side. Cuts in over the Canadian blue line, tried to drop it off for Ryan Donato. He was given a bump by Slafkowski, who now has the puck for Montreal. Slafkowski, bodied by both Connor Murphy and Ilya Mikheyev, dumped the puck in behind the Hawk net. Soderblom moves it up the left wing to Murphy. Shot the puck across the rink with the guard. He'll dish it down behind the net. Did you hear that roar from the crowd here in Montreal? Ivan Demidov making his NHL debut. Now at the Hawk blue line, the puck taken away by the Hawks' Sable Teravainen to Connor Bedard at center ice. He'll dump it down behind the Canadian net, Lane Hudson, who is right now the runaway favorite for the Calder Trophy. Passing up the left wing side to center ice. Artem Levshunov steps into the Canadiens' Joel Armia with a shoulder check. And the Hawks get the puck back. Here's Levshunov with a pass ahead intended for Teravainen that deflects off his stick and up into the protective netting and out of play. So a lot of action here in 2 minutes, but no score. Hawks in hand, and actually no shots on goal as well. Face-off stays. Now actually will come out to center ice just outside the Canadian blue line.
Very physical start for the Canadiens in this game. Josh Anderson, big, physical, strong power forward, 6'3", 225. He was running around. Gallagher, he's a spitfire out there, leader for the Montreal Canadiens. They wanted to set the tone the way they want to play the game. Boy, they did in that first couple of shifts here. The Blackhawks need to regroup a little bit, settle down.
Jake Evans wins the draw for the Canadiens back into the Montreal zone. It's cleared ahead of the Hawk blue line. Taken back by Oliver Kapanen. He's the cousin of the other Kapanen that plays in the National Hockey League, Kasperi Kapanen. Patrick Laine now behind the Hawk net. Put it around on the right wing side to Evans. He spins the puck in behind the Hawk net. Levshunov in the near corner. Hands it ahead up the boards for Veleno. Then it's shot back onto the stick of Wyatt Kaiser. Then Laine takes the puck back along the right boards to Evans in the slot to Laine through the high slot. He hands it at the left point, and a shot from the left point by Struble goes over the Hawk net off a deflection. Landon Slaggert in front of the benches. Battling there with David Savard of the Canadiens. Savard slaps the puck across the rink, and Evans will handle it for Montreal. Flips it back into the Canadian zone. Jaden Struble moving it ahead now to Josh Anderson over the Hawk line on the left wing. Firing a shot that deflects wide. And Green to the puck will race through center. Over the Canadian line. They tried to drag it through the feet of Mike Matheson, could not. Matheson poke checks it away, but now Oliver Moore has the puck left wing corner. Leaving it there for Nick Foligno. Spins it around to Louis Crevier, right point. Put it down to Moore, right corner to Foligno, back in the net. Muscling to the side of the net, he shot it right through the crease. It was intended for Green. Green in the right wing corner now. Poke checks the puck down behind the Canadian net. Matheson chasing it down in the far corner. Put it up the right wing to Gallagher. Rink wide pass for Anderson. Misses. And Crevier pumps the puck off the boards to Connor Bedard. Head to Ryan Donato over the Canadian line. Right point. Tried to feed it to the front of the net. Deflects in behind. Ilya Mikheyev had it there for a moment. Lost it. Canadians get the puck back. We got a rapid pace in this game. Slafkovsky lifts the puck out to center ice. Taken away by Bedard. He sends it back into the Hawk zone to Murphy, then over to Vlasic, to Ilya Mikheyev, over the Canadian line to Donato, right point. Quick pass at the left point. And Vlasic there, leaving it for Bedard, who shoves the puck across the rink. Cole Caulfield for the Canadians took it back and had to regroup. Hawks get a line change. Here's a pass ahead to Nick Suzuki, Canadian captain, Hawk line left wing. He flips it down to the left wing corner, Hawk zone. And Frank Nazar hit from behind by Slafkovsky, but moves the puck out. Tyler Bertuzzi to center ice will dump it off the right corner boards in the Canadian zone and got to it first. To Table Teravainen, who from the right wing corner centers the puck. This hits a stick and deflects back down ice into the Hawk end. Canadians will now get a line change. And Demilov back on the ice again, as you can hear the roar from the crowd. Meanwhile, Teravainen deflecting the puck down behind the Canadian net. Montembeault out to play it. Teravainen took it back to Bertuzzi, right circle, turns and fires, and Montembeault down with a butterfly save will hold it. Whistle stopping play. That was the first shot on goal. 15-13 left in period number one here in Montreal. We have no score.
Wicked fast pace, huh, Johnny?
Yeah, wicked high, too.
Good start to this game for the Canadians. They've come out with a lot of fire. And again, they want to set the tone. Huge game for them. Ramifications, they win this as they're in the playoffs, so a lot at stake. Every time Demidov steps on the ice here, and he's done it twice so far, big ovation. Crowd's ready to go here.
Yeah. Demidov played in St. Petersburg in the KHL, Continental Hockey League there, and then joins the Canadians late in the season for their playoff push. Gallagher in front of the benches. Turned the puck over. Lucas Reichel had it for a moment, lost it. Then Kaiser put a shoulder into Brendan Gallagher, an Edmonton native, right in front of the Hawks bench. Teams fishing for the puck. Kaiser right in the thick of that. Falls down. Dvorak sweeps it back out to the Canadian blue line. Then it's shoved ahead for Anderson to Matheson. We'll stick it off the left side boards and down in behind the Hawk net. Levshunov chasing it down for the Hawks. Passing up the left wing side, not out of the zone. And then Levshunov collides on the far side of the rink with Dvorak, but sweeps the puck in behind the net into the near corner to Connor Murphy. Canadians once again changing their lines. Murphy to center ice over the logo. Snaps it down the left side, glass behind the net, around to the right wing side. Boleno to Murphy, right point, a long shot, deflected on goal. Kicked out of there by Montembeault with a butterfly save. The other way come the Canadians. Armia to center ice. Put it in over the Hawk line. Demidov along the left side board. Demidov to the left circle now. Puts in behind the net. Demidov picks up his first National Hockey League point on a perfect setup in front to Alex Newhook. 1-0 Montreal.
I think I'll just wait for a second here. Demidov does a nice job evading the check of Connor Murphy in behind the goal line. Heads up. Looking there, New Hook is in the slot area. He creeps down towards the net, takes the pass, finishes it off. His 15th of the season, third shift in his NHL career, and Demidov has his first NHL point. Montreal up 1-0.
So we rejoin the play in the Hawk zone. Sam Renzel with the puck along the right sideboards. Whips it across the rink to Alex Vlasic. Rink wide pass for Foligno at center ice in the right wing. He had to dive to try and touch it. And he could not. The puck misses him and goes all the way down.
Listen to this.
This crowd is out of their minds with this kid. And they've got his image on the video board. Big smile from the youngster, 19 years old, just soaking it all in. Probably shaking his head thinking, I can't believe this is happening.
If you could read lips, he knows a few words in the English language.
I guess so. In behind the Hawk net now. Canadians get the puck. Suzuki to Cole Caulfield, left corner to the high slot. Caden Gooley, a long wrist shot, misses the net. Oliver Moore to the puck along the left side, Hawk zone. skates it up the left wing to center ice. He's hit by Uri Slafkovsky and falls into the Montreal zone. And Ryan Green came along and backhands the puck down into the Canadian end. Hudson with a pass up the left wing. Dooley at center ice to Caulfield. Tracking back to the Habs line. He'll hand it off. And Hudson between the circles. To Dooley, Canadian line left wing, head to Suzuki over the Hawk line to Caulfield in the slot. Shoots, blocker save me. Rebound, and Suzuki fires from the left circle. That's blocked. And here are the Hawks the other way. Artem Levshunov leads a 2-on-1 break over the Canadian line. Right circle, put it in front. It's off the stick of William McHale. In the left wing corner, Donato was able to work it out to the left point. Wyatt Kaiser to Artem Levshunov at the line, deep slot. Back to Kaiser. Long wrist shot, blocked in front of the net. Puck shoveled up the slot to Slafkovsky, and he'll lift it clear down ice into the Hawk zone. This is not going to be far enough for icing, but far enough for the Canadiens to get a line change. Back in the Hawk zone, Artem Levshunov to Wyatt Kaiser. To Connor Bedard at center ice. He's over the Canadian line with a toe drag and a shot. Hit Matheson in the skate, deflects wide. Jake Evans behind the Montreal net picks up the puck, and he'll carry out up the left wing to center ice. Hands it off to Patrick Laine, who sweeps it into the Hawk zone. Connor Murphy there. Quick pass on the left wing. Frank Nazar over the Canadian line. To Teravainen high slot. To Murphy along the left boards. To Nazar left boards. Now to Teravainen high slot again. He skates over to the left wing side and flips the puck down behind the Montreal net. Matheson moving it up the left wing to Laine. He shot it across, and now here's Laine back into the Hawk zone, left wing side. Sweeping it down toward the net. Stuck away by Arvid Soderblom. Happening with the puck. Passing it up the boards. And Struble firing from the left point. That's blocked. Nazar the other way for the Hawks. Through center of the Canadian line to Teravainen left circle. Fans at a shot. Took the puck back. Fires it across to the right wing boards to Nazar. Tried to sweep it out to the point. Evans from Montreal picks this off, and he'll dump it wide of the Hawk net. Renzel back to play the puck. Put it behind the net. Vlasic there. There's just no room to breathe right now for any of these players. Vlasic passing now to Renzel, center ice. He'll snap it down the right side glass deep into the Montreal zone to the far corner. David Savard turned it over. Lucas Reichel along the left side board. To Veleno, top of the left wing circle. Veleno turns, flips it in front of the net. It deflects him on goal, and Montembeault down with a butterfly save. Puck poked up the boards, not out. Renzel at the right point. Put it into the right wing circle. Give and go with Veleno. Renzel fires. He hit the side of the post. Veleno got it back, top of the right circle. Little spinorama to get away from traffic. Veleno carries behind the net, put it down in front. Slager with a baseball swing. That's stopped by Montembeault. And the puck taken back by the Canadiens. Christian Dvorak swings it around the boards and all the way down, and we're going to get icing to Montreal.
The pace of this game has been incredible. 9.5 minutes, very few whistles, no TV timeout, face-off. It'll be Montreal's end of the ice. They're tired. They need a line change. That was a really good shift for the Hawks back-to-back. Blackhawks line change sponsored by Gilkey Windows, the best line of fiberglass windows and doors. Bedard's line for the opening, for the offensive zone face-off here.
And now Dvorak against Bedard on the draw. Dvorak wins it back. And Jaden Struble will lift it down to the Hawk blue line. Levshunov put the puck over to Kaiser. Hands it ahead to Bedard at center ice. He had it knocked off his stick with a poke check. And then Josh Anderson rides Levshunov into the inboards behind the Hawk net. Kaiser swings the puck around, but not out. Held in by Newhook, right point. He sent it behind the net into the near corner where Demidov is hit by his countryman, Levshunov. Demidov in the left wing corner. Now Levshunov got two for his money there. Puck taken back by the Canadiens. Matheson fires from the left point, blocked in front by Kaiser. And now here's Alexander Carrier with a shot from the line, and that goes wide. Loose puck in the left wing corner. Matheson pokes it behind the Hawk net. William McCabe there, battling with a couple of halves. Lost the puck to Newhook. Flings it to the line. Matheson for the left point. Put it over right circle. Newhook fires. That goes over the net. Puck rides around to Donato along the right boards. He clears to center ice to Connor Bedard. To the Montreal line. He'll nudge it down the boards to the corner. Newhook got to it. Put it behind the net to Carrier. He is hit there by Bedard. But Carrier put the puck in behind the Montreal net. And Matheson's got it there. Teams are in line changes. Matheson to Carrier along the right side boards. Passing it ahead for Suzuki at center ice in front of the benches on the right wing side. He deflects it down to the corner Hawk zone. Murphy takes a hit, put the puck behind the net though. Crevier will pass up the right wing at center ice to Foligno. It's off his stick. Dooley flips the puck back into the Hawk zone. Canadiens get it. Slafkovsky behind the net. Put it out to the line. Held in by Lane Hudson at the right point. Sent it over left wing corner Hawk zone. Louis Crevier takes a hit. Put it ahead now to Foligno. And Foligno will now touch the puck out to the line for Green. Puck lays at the Hawk blue line. Foligno came along, collects it, and he'll carry back deeper into the Hawk zone. Give it to Crevier between the circles. Crevier sweeps it behind the Hawk net at the left wing side. Connor Murphy. Murphy backhands the puck ahead at center ice intended for Nazar. He eludes him with a first drive, and Nazar took it back. Gave it over Tuesday over the Canadian line to Teravainen, and he'll fire from the top of the right circle. This deflects up and out of play, and a whistle's down play. Furious pace here in Montreal. 8:29 left in period number 1. 1-0 Canadiens. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Ever feel like the road is out to... Thankfully, Hyundai is always working to ensure it doesn't, with over 130 IIHS Top Safety Awards since 2006. IIHS Top Safety Awards include Top Safety Pick and Top Safety Pick Plus awards to Hyundai vehicles from 2006 to 2025.
Right now, for a limited time, you can lease the Hyundai Tucson for $259 a month or get $1,750 bonus cash. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offers end April 30th. Call 224-661-0068 for details.
Hi, this is Dave Musio, owner of Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric, with our biggest sale ever. Furnaces from $39 a month. Furnace and air conditioning combos from $59 a month, plus 72 months interest-free financing and up to a $4,000 system rebate. Four Seasons guaranteed to beat any competitor's price by up to $1,000 guaranteed. So call today for your free in-home estimate and same-day installation.
For all the right reasons, call it 664 Seasons.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level, and the stakes, oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
It's Tom Stilling, back to Blackhawks hockey right here on WGN Radio. Here are the boys.
All reviews in tonight's game are sponsored by Northwestern Medicine, with more nationally ranked specialties than any other hospital in Illinois by U.S. News and World Report. The teams at Northwestern Medicine offer second opinions for the toughest conditions. 1-0 Montreal. Fast-paced first period. A lot at stake for the Canadiens as they try and get into the postseason. For the Blackhawks, back-to-back for the 12th time this season. They'll finish off the regular season tomorrow night in Ottawa against the Senators, who have locked up a playoff spot.
Now the draw, circle to the left of Montembeault. Hawks control. Nazar takes the puck, flips it to the left point. Bertuzzi plays it there, tried to fire toward the net, blocked wide. This puck out near the left point. Gallagher will flip it to center ice. Anderson over the Hawk line on the right wing. Cuts back to the slot, and then a nice play there. Reaching in was Renzel to poke check the puck to center ice. Bertuzzi with a handoff to Nazar over the Canadian line, stopping on the right wing half boards. To Bertuzzi right point. To Vlasic left point. Put it over for Nazar. The pass too hot to handle. Ends up behind the net to the left wing corner. Bertuzzi will sweep it back in behind around in Renzel along the right side boards. He sent it down to the right wing corner. Taken away by Dvorak of the Habs. Moves it over, and a pass ahead now for Gallagher is off his stick at the Hawk blue line and goes down. The Canadiens make a line change. Alex Vlasic with the puck in front of the Hawk net will start up from there. Vlasic gains center ice over the logo. Fires it off the right side glass and down behind the net. Carrier behind the net. Connor Bedard went in to play it. He either lost his footing or was tripped. No penalty called. Evans takes the puck, breaks out of the Canadian zone. The center ice, here's Line over the Hawk line down the left wing. Caught by McKay, an outstanding defensive play and muscled him off the puck. Knocked it free. Donato will now sweep it to center ice. Bedard on the right wing side trying to hand it back to Donato coming by. This is taken away by Matheson of the Canadiens. Had the Kapanen in center ice to Line left line, moving to Donato. Hands it in front, goes all the way through. Matheson along the right side boards took the puck back. Swings it down behind the Hawk net. Evans driving it around. Carrier left point. Leaving it there for Line. He tried to flip the puck in deep. Bedard picks off this pass. Outlets to center ice for Kaiser. This is off the end of his stick and into the Montreal zone. And Matheson will settle it down and back in behind the Montreal net. And again, Dimanoff is on the ice.
6.5 to go. Shots on goal are 3-3, but boy, a lot of action so far in this game.
Look out, Dimanoff with the puck in front. Shoots and scores! His first National Hockey League goal, Ivan Demidov, with a 2-point game. Not even through the first period. This puck was shot from the Canadian zone by Matheson, deflected down off the inboards in the high zone and bounced out in front. And Arvid Soderblom trying to get there and play the puck, but Demidov beat it to it. Put a backhander past them. 2-0 Montreal.
Well, if you're Demidov, it doesn't get any better than this. 5 shifts into his career. He's got a goal. He's got an assist. Habs are up 2-0. Plays here at the Bell Center is going crazy. 2-0 Montreal.
Wow. Well, all he needs now is a fight. He's got the Gordie Howe.
I don't know if I've ever heard a building this loud.
This is loud.
For an individual player that is just starting his NHL career. He's smiling, laughing on the bench. Listen to this.
Inside the Canadian zone, left wing corner. Oliver Moore's got the puck. Carries back to the line, leaves it for Renzel, left point. Sidesteps a hit from Slavkovsky, moves the puck to Polino, left wing corner. Pins it behind the net for Moore. It's off his stick to the right wing sideboards. And Ryan Green will flip it down to the corner. David Savard of the Canadiens and the Hawks, Nick Foligno, they were teammates in Columbus. They battle for the puck. Savard ends up with the puck. Canadians clear their end. Slavkovsky through center ice over the Hawk blue line will fire from the left wing side. This deflects up off the glass. Now Slavkovsky behind the Hawk net again. He's pressed into the corner boards there by Crevier. Puck comes loose to Dvorak. To Slavkovsky along the far boards. He coughs up the puck. And Bertuzzi's at center ice with it. Flips it back into the Montreal zone. Canadians get it back and clear their end. Anderson through center over the Hawk line. Long wrist shot from the right circles into the breadbasket of Arvid Soderblom, and he'll hold it for the whistle. 5:06 left in the first here in Montreal. 2-0 Canadians. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
It's Chris Cuomo from News Nation. The Blackhawks play here on WGN Radio.
Global Auto is dedicated to recycling vehicles responsibly and providing a greener future for everyone. Did you know that Global Auto is able to recycle almost 85% of your car? The tires, batteries, floor mats, oil, and of course steel can all be recycled or reprocessed. Keep your old rusty vehicle out of the landfill and let Global Auto pick up your car and recycle it. Call 847-608-4700. That's 847-608-4700. It's a win-win with Global Auto Recyclers. You're saving the planet and you're getting cash in a flash.
Heart surgery is no one's dream of retirement. I'm Beverly, and at 79, my cardiology team at Northwestern Medicine worked together to identify and replace a diseased valve in my heart without open heart surgery. Even better, I would be back on my feet in just days.
With access to the top heart and vascular program in Illinois by U.S. News and World Report for 17 years, the nurses, cardiac surgeons, and cardiologists at Northwestern Medicine's Central DuPage Hospital are experts in non-surgical options for patients with aortic valve disease like Beverly. Using a catheter, her team inserted her new valve, then inflated a small balloon to secure it in place. Almost immediately, blood flow was restored.
Thanks to my wonderful team, I'm enjoying the retirement I had always dreamed of.
Because what makes us better makes you better. Northwestern Medicine. Learn more at nm.org/better.
Hey, Hawks fans, next season marks 100 years of Blackhawks hockey. Be part of the story with a full or half-season membership. Learn more at blackhawks.com/membership.
Blackhawks Gold Market Bank is donating $80 to a local charity to celebrate 80 years of neighborhood banking and giving back to the community. John Weideman, Troy Murray here in Montreal.
Wow. Yeah.
The excitement, the energy in this building is incredible. And I know you echo my sentiments here. When they redid this building to replace the old Montreal Forum, they did a phenomenal job. Yep, this is a great building to watch a hockey game in. Very tight, steep seating, so you're close to the ice. Broadcast booth here, as good as any in the NHL.
And you know what, Troy? I like the fact that they didn't try to create exclusivity with this building. We get a whistle as the Hawks come across outside. They didn't try to create exclusivity. In other words, limit the crowd size so that they could charge more. They're going to get their bucks out of the tickets anyway. This building holds 21,273, and they fill it every night. And this is just a great hockey crowd. Whether you love them or hate them, they're tremendous fans.
Yeah, it's a massive lower bowl, and you don't have the suites like you're saying. They don't have a lot of the suites that a lot of the new buildings have. That obviously you go to the big corporate money. They do have suites at the top of the lower bowl, but this is all about the fans in the building themselves and giving them a great opportunity. 2 balconies right up on top of one another.
That one up top, we walk out of our booth, we can look straight ahead at the upper balcony, if you will. And it's a far cry from the old Chicago Stadium, which felt like home to me, but very well done anyway. We get an icing call here against the Montreal Canadiens. You haven't missed much, folks, except Demidov in his NHL debut, a goal and an assist so far.
Just a reminder that all of tonight's Blackhawks insurance goals are sponsored by GetCoveredIllinois.gov. Find out if you qualify for a special enrollment period through the ACA Marketplace. Hawks better pick up the faceoff. They've lost 8 of the first 10. Donato lines up to take this one. It'll be the Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric faceoff for all the right reasons. Call 866-4Seasons.
Donato's got the puck behind the Canadian net. Wraparound try, and Montembeau held the right post and made the save with the pad. Here's Levshunov for the puck along the right boards. Chops it down behind the Montreal net. Matheson took it there to Dvorak in the far corner. Backhands it over the center ice circle. Artyom Levshunov took it back. Steps into the Montreal zone. Drops it down to Bedard, right circle. Tried to work it through a couple of Canadians. Could not. Had it knocked off his stick. Now Bedard got it back left wing corner. Fed the left circle. Anderson picks off the pass. Head to Gallagher. We'll sweep the puck to the Hawk blue line. Wyatt Kaiser back to take it there for the Hawks. Kaiser now out over the center ice circle. Was pushed back into the Hawk zone. Gave the puck to Levshunov. To Kaiser between the circles. Bank pass up the right wing side. Misses everybody and goes down. And icing will be the call against the Hawks.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure on Kaiser there. And wasn't sure what he needed to do. The Hawks were in a line change. Nobody down the right wing side, but he just fired it up there. Hoping something good would happen, but it's an icing call. Keep an eye on Ryan Green. Supposed to be a pretty good face-off guy.
Facing off against Alex Newhook. And is Newhook going to get tossed off the dot? No, just a warning. And Newhook wins this draw. Struble left point. Moves it right point. Savard put a pass into the slot. Picked off by Foligno. Shot it off the left glass to center ice. Kaiser had the puck for a moment. Lost it. Canadians get it back. Line at center ice. Left wing side of them. Off over the line. A tongue drag and a shot from the top of the left circle. Goes high and wide. Line with a puck in the left wing corner. The Demidov back of the net. Put it out in front. Slides all the way through. Here's a shot from Struble from the left corner. That goes wide. Follow-up shot by Demidov from the right circle. And Soderblom got a piece of it, knocking it away. Molino clears the puck to center ice. Demidov heads to the bench to a rousing hand of applause here. And back in the Hawk zone. Joe Valeno to the puck. Put it in behind the net to Crevier. Oh, look out! Oliver Moore is freight trained by one of the Canadian players. He never even saw the guy coming. He was looking down for the puck, and he got hit head on and went down to the ice. And now, as you might expect, you have a whole bunch of Blackhawk players responding to back up Oliver Moore here. And it could turn into kind of an ugly line brawl if the linesmen are not there on the spot to handle the job. And now Struble pushing and shoving with Joe Valeno, who grabs hold of him in a headlock. They twist near the Hawks bench. Referee trying to break that up.
Caden Gooley.
Canadian player Caden Gooley hit Oliver Moore, and now Valeno goes down as he fell from the grasp of the referee. Nick Foligno over right there in the middle of that entanglement, looking to have a go with somebody. We're going to take a break. 2:44 left in period number 1. Montreal leading 2-0. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
After the end of a good fight, you deserve an ice-cold reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. You've earned this rich golden lager with a crisp, refreshing taste. Because you know, the bigger the fight, the better the reward. You put in the hours, the energy, the tough labor. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Marquette Bank has been Chicagoland's neighborhood bank for 80 years. 80 years is a long time. When you bank with Marquette Bank, you matter. After 80 years, we've learned that helping people like you make smarter financial decisions helps our neighborhoods grow and thrive. When you bank with Marquette Bank, good things happen for you and your neighborhood. Marquette Bank, love where you bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 462926.
Healthcare appointments should be convenient and easy to schedule, no matter where you are, whether you're at work, at home, or on the road. Premise Health has you covered. Your local Premise Healthcare team offers in-person and virtual appointments. No matter how you see a provider, you can expect personalized, exceptional care when you need it. Schedule an appointment at mypremisehealth.com to get started. That's mypremisehealth.com.
Hey, this is Chris Chelios. Let's get back to Hawks hockey. Here's the boys.
Blackhawk fans, next season marks 100 years of hockey in Chicago. Full and half-season ticket plans are on sale right now. Experience the rivalries, the celebrations, and the unforgettable moments that will define this milestone season. You don't want to miss this. Secure your seat today at blackhawks.com/membership. Well, after everything clears away, the Blackhawks will get a Sitko power play. When you start with Sitko, you're good to go. Flino gets 2 minutes for roughing. He jumps in when Caden Gooley just lit up Oliver Moore. He gets an original interference penalty. Moore didn't see him coming, didn't expect that contact. A little bit early by Gooley. That's why he got the interference call there. And he gets a roughing call. So I talked about special keys as part of the in the keys to this game. And Blackhawks on their heels right now, but getting that opportunity to get themselves back into it. 2:44 to go here in the first period.
Well, it was a legit call both ways in my estimation. I mean, Oliver Moore didn't even have possession of the puck. So he's on the bench, none the worse for wear. Hawks on their power play. Bertuzzi, right wing corner to Renzel on a slot, shoots. Oh, and Montembeau makes the blocker save. The puck cleared down ice by Matheson. Back to get it in the Hawk zone. Sam Renzel, front of the net. He'll skate the puck to center ice over the logo and drop it back in the Hawk zone to the oncoming Teuvo Teravainen to Connor Bedard at center. To Teravainen over the Canadian line. To Bertuzzi left point. To Nazar right point, down to Bedard in the right wing corner, back to Nazar, top of the right circle. Leaves the puck now to Bedard there, top of the circle. Bertuzzi put it to the slot. Nazar tried to fire it on goal, shanked it. Loose puck ends up along the far boards. Nazar loses his balance, but Renzel grabs the puck left point. To Bedard, top of the right circle with a toe drag, and a shot goes over the net. Nazar grabs a rebound left point to Renzel, deep slot. Now to Teravainen, top of the left circle. To Bertuzzi, bottom of the circle. Fed it in front. And this is off the stick of Matheson to the boards. Nazar got it back to Renzel. Sends it left point, Connor Bedard. 57 on the power play. Bedard in the left wing circle. Put it into the deep slot now. Renzel, long wrist shot. And pad save made by Montembeau. Loose puck popped up into the air. Teravainen swept it across the rink, but the puck leaves the Canadian zone. Bedard back to get it. Back into the Montreal end of Nazar. Right circle. Put it across. Left circle. Bertuzzi shoots. He scores! A tape passing play. And a power play goal for Tyler Bertuzzi. The Hawks are on the board. Trailing 2-1 with 1:20 left in period number one.
Hawks did an excellent job of getting this puck back into the zone quickly so the Montreal Canadiens couldn't get any fresh penalty killers out there. They moved it around. It was Bedard down the right wing side to Nazar. They attacked the net. It was a 2-on-1. Great setup from Nazar to sauce one over to Bertuzzi. He throws this one right up underneath the crossbar. And the Hawks are right back in it. They're out shooting Montreal 8-5 right now. And that's the response you're looking for with the man advantage. A good job by the special teams guy to understand what Nick Foligno did. That big hit on Oliver Moore. Payback was the goal that happened right there. And with that goal, it's time to break out the Bandito. Celebrate every goal this season with El Bandito Yankee Tequila.
So for Bertuzzi, 22nd on the season, 10th on the power play. Troy was talking about it. Outstanding job by the Blackhawks in response to what happened to their teammate. Make the opposition pay for those kinds of indiscretions. I don't know that would make them think twice about it the next time, but at least you make a statement to them. Face-off circle to the right of Montembeault in the Canadian zone.
Montreal's power play has not been good as of late, but their penalty killing has been very good. Coming into that power play, they had killed off 14 straight. So nice job by the Hawks on that circle power play to get back within one.
Now we're under a minute to play in the first period. 2-1 Montreal. Mikheyev hands the puck off to Donato over the Montreal line. From the right point, fires a shot that goes wide. Renzel high slot to Mikheyev in the right circle, and he snaps it on goal. Montembeault got something of it with his pass. 40 seconds in the period. Caulfield backing into the hot zone down the left wing to the corner. Carries behind the net, got it in front. Swatkowski now goes Suzuki. He'll fire. And Soderblom got a piece of both of those. Renzel runs over Suzuki along the far boards, but the Canadians get the puck. Swatkowski, bottom of the right circle, had the puck poke checked away by Vlasic. Canadians get it back in the high slot. Carrier long shot, glove save made by Arvid Soderblom, and he'll hold on. This is that play. 18 seconds left in the frame, and again, Demidov is going to finish the period here for Montreal. He's factored into both Canadian goals here tonight as they have the 2-1 lead.
Boy, Suzuki, who's been red hot as of late, he has a wide open opportunity. Somehow, Soderblom comes across, gets the right pad, and it goes through the pads, out the backside, and misses the post by a couple inches.
Polino against Newhook on the faceoff, circle to Soderblom's left. Polino wins it off. Kaiser along the boards. Had the puck stripped away. Laine from the slot. Shoots blocker saved by Soderblom. 10 seconds for the period. Matheson from the left side boards. Pokes the puck down to the corner Hawk zone. Murphy clears it up the near side. Not out. Laine leaving it for Matheson. Left point firing from there. Gloved out of the air by Soderblom, who then in the next motion throws the puck to the glass as the horn sounds ending play here in period number 1. It's been an active period to say the least.
That was a great period of hockey.
Felt like a playoff game, didn't it?
It did. I mean, for Montreal, it is a playoff game. They win this game, and they're in. And, boy, they had some desperation. But I'll tell you what, Blackhawks ended up outshooting them 9-7.
Yeah.
They bent a little bit, but they didn't break. Their competitiveness was there. Montreal was very physical in that first 20 minutes, but the Hawks never backed down. They didn't shy away from contact. Obviously, there was a huge hit by Gooley on Oliver Moore. That's just a learning lesson about playing in the NHL. Make sure you're aware of where the other guys on the team are. But great response, only within one. Completely doable. Sitco power play, getting the job done. Bertuzzi, he gets into that area. That's kind of his bread and butter around that net on the sides, and he makes no mistake about it, throwing it right up into the top corner. Matching Connor Bedard now with 10 power play goals on the season. 1 goal deficit, but not bad with all the energy in the building and the start that Montreal wanted to have. They got it, but the Hawks, they held their own, and now you move forward, you kind of reset, and you get right back into this game.
Going back to Oliver Moore, I know you played college hockey at North Dakota, had a great career there, and the kids hit a lot in college, so they're kind of used to the hitting, but when they get to the National Hockey League, and maybe you can define this a little bit better, there's less space and there's a lot less time. And that's the awareness I think that college kids have got to make going from college and junior to the NHL.
There's the step from college to the American League, which is, the best pro league other than the NHL, and a big step from one to the next. And, again, that's just a learning curve. You might have been able to avoid that hit in college, might have been a little bit behind. You might have had an opportunity to kind of lift your head and see what was going on there, but that's a hit that Oliver Moore is going to think about for a while there. He was out there on the last shift, which is good, so he's okay, and there's no problems there. But just, the awareness of where you need to be and who's on the ice, where you are on the ice, and the situation is he just did not see Gooley coming down there, didn't suspect him. He didn't have the spidey senses that he should have had to recognize a Gooley coming down. But again, that's something that, you go back to the Lion King. Rafiki, he gets hit over the head one time, next time he ducks. Well, there's a learning right there, experience for Oliver Moore.
All right.
Next time he's going to duck.
Yeah. Or get out of the way, or who knows. You're probably right. All right. 2-1 in favor of Montreal after one period here at the Bell Center in Montreal. Charlie Romeliotis is standing by in Blackhawk Central. He's going to have a full intermission report. That's going to be followed by second period action. I'll be interested to see if there's any kind of a lull in the Canadiens' play. That first period for them and for their fans was emotional. And we'll see if there's any kind of a drop-off in the second period, and Hawks can maybe take advantage of it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Now, you survived that first period. It was a huge push by Montreal, and Soderblom did a nice job of making some big saves, keeping this game close. And now there's a lot of energy that was expended by Montreal in that first 20 minutes. Does Demidov come out with the same energy? Does the crowd have the same energy? I don't know, but that first period was. I mean, to me, as a broadcaster, it was great. As a fan, fantastic.
All right, how many Shane Show you want? This is Montreal. Shane Show.
Oh, you're going to make a run now?
I'm going right now.
Okay.
You'll take one?
I'll have one.
Any mustard?
I mustard.
Mustard. All right. Charlie, you'll have your intermission. I'm going for the Shane Show. 2-1 Montreal after one up here.
I'm not going to say ketchup because then everybody's we're sticking just straight with mustard.
Just can't do that. 2-1 Canadiens after one here in Montreal. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Hey, it's Chris Chelios. Celebrate every goal this season with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave. With no fake colorings or flavors, our verified additive-free Blanco, Reposado, and Anejo are so smooth, it's criminal. Our unique oxygenation process delivers a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. Pick up a bottle today at any Binny's Beverage Depot location. For events, cocktails, and more, visit elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito, baby.
It's golf season, and that means it's time to start betting like a pro with the world's largest sportsbook right at your fingertips, Circa Sports. It's sports betting the way it should be. Shop the odds on the app for every tournament. Circa Sports has high betting limits, exceptional customer service, and more. Fun and bet like a pro anywhere, anytime. It's never been easier. Get your golf bets in for every tournament. Visit circasports.com today.
If you or someone you know may have a problem with gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAM to 833-234.
As the official partner of the Chicago Blackhawks, Enterprise is ready to go the extra mile. They're dedicated to the most dedicated fans in the game. And with Enterprise on your team, you can move forward with confidence, knowing they've got your back. They're always available with mobility solutions, whether you need a rental replacement, truck, or even tailored business strategies. At Enterprise, your goal is their goal, and they're ready with the assist.
For decades, Chicagoland has trusted one name to keep their cars looking great, Mako. And now, for a limited time, get 30% off paint to make your ride shine like new. Need financing? No problem. 0% for 12 months available. See store for details. So call, stop in, or log on to Mako.com. That's MAACO to find a location near you. Mako, America's body shop. Uh-oh, better get Mako.
You can't predict the future.
But you can prepare.
How?
Midwest Coalition of Labor and Voya offer critical illness insurance to members. It provides a benefit when you're diagnosed with a covered illness or condition, like a heart attack. Spend it however you want, too.
Prepare for life's what-ifs. For costs and details, visit go.voya.com/MCL2023. Critical illness insurance is underwritten by Reliance Star Life Insurance Company, Minneapolis, Minnesota, a member of the Voya family of companies.
The professionals at Plumbers 911 Chicago are ready to answer your call. They'll get your plumbing job done right the first time. Their phones are open 24/7, 1-833-PLUM-911.
Intermission?
Intermission already? It's time for an intermission update. Here's Charlie Romeliotis.
20 minutes is in the books in Montreal, and the Canadiens lead 2-1 on the Blackhawks. What an electric atmosphere at Bell Center for the Canadiens as they're trying to clinch a playoff berth. But it's also the NHL debut of Ivan Demidov, who has a goal and an assist in the first period for Montreal. The Canadiens were minus 180 to score the first goal of the hockey game, according to Circa Sports Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circasports.com. Have a light NHL schedule on this Monday night. Only 2 other games currently going on. The Dallas Stars are in Detroit. The Red Wings are up 2-1 at the first intermission. Alex DeBrincat has scored his 37th goal of the season. He is now 3 away from a third 40-goal season in his NHL career. The Rangers and Panthers are tied 1-1 at the first intermission. And then 3 games later tonight, the Utah Hockey Club are in Nashville to take on the Predators. The LA Kings are in Edmonton to take on the Oilers. This is going to be a 4th straight year where these 2 teams will be squaring off in the first round of the playoffs, but there is no Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, Zach Hyman, among others for Edmonton. They're resting some guys for the stretch run for the playoffs. Matthias Ekholm, defenseman for the Oilers, will miss the first round of the playoffs at the very least with an injury. So a tough news there for Edmonton. But we won't get to see the first round preview at a full strength until next week. And then the Vancouver Canucks are hosting the San Jose Sharks later tonight. Elsewhere in sports, the Cubs continue their West Coast swing in San Diego, taking on the Padres later tonight. And the WNBA draft is tonight. The Chicago Sky hold 3 first-round picks, 10th, 11th, and the 16th overall selections. So stay tuned for that. The WNBA draft is currently going on, so we'll see who the Chicago Sky pick later today with their 3 first-round selections. Meanwhile, at the Bell Center in Montreal, the Hawks are down 2-1 to the Canadiens. We'll take a quick break, then bring in Troy Murray on the other side. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
The Lisa Dent Show, weekdays 2 to 6 on WGN Radio.
Lost your health insurance? You might be eligible for a special enrollment period on the Get Covered Illinois Marketplace. Get Covered Illinois navigators are ready to help you enroll in a quality, affordable health plan with essential benefits to cover prescription drugs, hospitalizations, maternity care, and much more. You might even qualify for financial help. Go to getcoveredillinois.gov. Your health coverage starts here.
When you're betting and find yourself constantly thinking about gambling and you're losing more money than you have, are you really winning? If you're spending too much time with the slots or you can't stop betting on sports and you find yourself feeling overwhelmed, maybe lying, and probably losing more money than you can afford to lose, you're not alone and you can get help. It's available 24/7 and it's confidential. When your betting has gotten out of hand, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.areyoureallywinning.com. Sponsored by the Illinois Department of Human Services.
Transform your landscape into an outdoor paradise with a Garden Guy Landscaping. Lighting, patios, retaining walls, fire pits, and more.
From design to installation, a Garden Guy creates dream landscapes where the yard becomes a true extension of your home. Visit GardenGuyLandscaping.com, see their work, and read rave reviews from satisfied customers.
Are you ready for the stunning outdoor space that you've always dreamed of?
Call 224-676-0222 to schedule your free estimate, and a Garden Guy Landscaping will make your property the envy of the neighborhood. Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. When it's game time, it's Tully time.
First period is in the books in Montreal. The Blackhawks are down 2-1 to the Canadiens, and let's head over to Bell Center and bring in our guy, Troy Murray. My goodness, what an atmosphere it is at Bell Center, Troy. I could barely hear you and John speaking because the fans are so animated in this game.
Just an incredible atmosphere here at the Bell Center. Just really fantastic for the game of hockey. And, you know, this is considered the mecca of hockey, this building, Montreal. And just coming down to the morning skate, all kinds of people walking around in their jerseys around the Bell Center. So much excitement. And there was Bedard jerseys and there was Hawks jerseys, you know, but you're looking at, you know, the future here for the Montreal Canadiens and Demidov and what a period he had. And I know that you're going to bring it up, so let's talk about it right now. I mean, an assist in the first goal. He scores the second one. I mean, what a start to his career. And this place was just going bonkers when he was stepping on the ice for his rookie lap. And then it never stopped. Every time that, you know, they're chanting his name here, and it's his first period in the NHL. Just incredible.
I mean, when he stepped onto the ice for his first NHL shift, before he could his skates hit the ice, the fans started to go crazy. I mean, they knew exactly when it was his turn on the rotation.
Yeah, all eyes on this kid, and I think it caught a lot of Montreal fans off guard that he, along with his team, St. Petersburg in the KHL, decided that he could come over here to North America. And, all of a sudden the hype of him coming in, we talked about it in the pregame show. I mean, the people that went to Toronto in the airport there where he got his visa before he came to Montreal. Place was, they were all excited about him coming, just getting off an airplane. And so the build up for him, not disappointing, certainly in that first 20 minutes. How much emotion and energy can he handle for the rest of this game? But I thought the Hawks overall matched that intensity. Yeah, they were on their heels. Montreal was coming at them, and you look at the stat sheet, and Chicago ends out hitting the Canadiens 10-8, and I'm not quite sure if that's the case there, but Montreal came out very physical, but the Hawks matched it. They weren't intimidated, and that's I was talking about this, just like, don't be intimidated by the moment here. And that was one of the keys to the game, and I thought the Hawks handled it well. Yeah, did they come after him? You bet they did, but great response. You get that opportunity on the man advantage. They take it, they take care of that, and now you're only down by one, and you get to regroup a little bit, understand what this game means to the Canadiens, and come out with a little bit more focus on what you need to do. But I thought a great response by the Blackhawks to stay in this one.
All right, good stuff, Troy. Enjoy the second period. We'll talk in the next intermission.
All right, thanks, Charlie.
All right, that is the great Troy Murray. The Hawks are down 2-1 going into the second. We'll set that up on the other side of the break. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
The Blackhawks, Wildcats, and the NFL play here on AM 720. On smart speakers, say play WGN Chicago.
Property managers and GCs use FinishingChicago.com's contractors for finishes and protective coatings in the most iconic venues, interior spaces, and essential infrastructure. Our painters apply industry-leading commercial and industrial finishes inside and out, so your biggest assets always put their best square footage forward. FinishingChicago.com has your free list of painting, wall covering, glass systems, drywall finishing, and signage contractors. For a great finish, start with FinishingChicago.com.
Unite against plastic water bottles, Chicago. When you enjoy Culligan water at a Hawks game this season, you're avoiding single-use plastic water bottles. Culligan believes it's easy to enjoy great-tasting water and create a better planet, one refreshing drink at a time. From your home to the madhouse, Culligan is on a mission to replace 40 billion single-use plastic bottles annually around the world with sustainable solutions. Culligan, the official water provider of the Chicago Blackhawks.
Cold weather and hockey season go together hand in hand, but your home isn't a hockey rink, and you want it to be the perfect temperature no matter the season. With Mitsubishi electric heating and air conditioning mini split systems, you get the ultimate comfort and efficiency every time, even in those difficult to heat places in your home. Their units are designed to deliver consistent comfort where you need it most. Check out Mitsubishi electric heating and cooling mini split systems today at getacomfyhome.com.
Patrick Dolan from Conti & Dolan Law is a highly experienced employment lawyer ready to help you. Recently hired? You'll want Patrick to look over your contract. Leaving your job for any reason? Talk to Patrick Dolan about severance pay. Moving jobs but getting stuck behind a non-compete? Talk to Patrick Dolan. Discriminated against at work? Patrick Dolan from Conti & Dolan is the experienced employment lawyer to talk to. 312-332-7800. 312-332-7800 for Patrick Dolan from Conti & Dolan.
Hey Blackhawks fans, Club Citgo saves you money on every fill-up, like 3 cents off every gallon every day. When you start with Club Citgo, you're good to go.
The second period is next. The second period. Here for a recap is Charlie Remeliotis.
The Blackhawks fell behind 2-0 in Montreal, but the Blackhawks made a push late in the first period after scoring on the power play. Tyler Bertuzzi, his 23rd goal of the season.
Loose puck popped up into the air, and Teravainen swept it across the rink, but the puck leaves the Canadian zone. Pilar back to get it, back into the Montreal end of Nazar, right circle, put it across, left circle, Bertuzzi shoots, he scores! The take passing play, And a power play goal for Tyler Bertuzzi. The Hawks are on the board, trailing 2-1 with 1:20 left in period number 1.
For every Blackhawks goal, Marquette Bank is donating $80 to a local charity to celebrate 80 years of neighborhood banking and giving back to the community. Nice zone entry by Connor Bedard, the setup by Frank Nazar, and the shot by Tyler Bertuzzi to calm things down as the Blackhawks head into the second period, trailing just by 1. Let's go over to Bell Center, where the second is about to start with John and Troy.
All right, thank you, Charlie. Teams are on the ice surface, and we'll have second period action here momentarily. We'll be in Ottawa, Canada's capital, tomorrow night to finish out the season. Game number 82. And our last look at the Ottawa Senators, who I believe could be a real thorn in the side of some team, particularly that team in Toronto, if they face the Maple Leafs in round number 1 of the playoffs. Troy, any thoughts you want to share?
Well, I think Ottawa is going to be a really tough out. Brady Tkachuk supposed to be back for the playoffs. It's going to be a good matchup. If Montreal gets in, they'll play the Washington Capitals.
Right.
And then it'll be Ottawa and Toronto in the first round matchup.
Yeah. That's going to be very compelling. I think it's going to be compelling no matter what. But the series that nobody will be paying attention to is Carolina against New Jersey, and that could turn out to be a really good series as well.
Who?
You know, the guys in Carolina and then the guys in New Jersey.
Yeah, all the first round matchups. Yeah. That could be the least anticipated one.
Now Oliver Moore catches what looked like a high stick from Struble of the Canadiens. They continue to play more with a puck behind the Montreal net. Skates to the far corner with it, drops it off there to Nick Foligno. He'll dish back behind the net for Ryan Green. He had the puck stripped away, however, by Lane Hudson. Hudson grew up in Barrington. He gets the puck now from the far corner in behind the Canadian net, and Jaden Struble is on it. Canadians in a line change. Here's Struble carrying out up the right wing side to his blue line. Spun it ahead for Slavkovsky, Hawk blue line. Louis Crevier took the puck back and clears it up that same boards and all the way down, and icing will be the call against the Hawks. So Marty St. Louis, the Canadiens head coach, who took over on an interim basis, has won 100 games with this Montreal team. His record is not exemplary, if you will, but he appears to be in a position to get this team to the playoffs for the first time since 2021. That's a feather in his cap. Draw one by the Canadiens from the deep slot. A drive by Carrier deflects in front of the net and wide. And Bedard pokes it up the left side boards. Donato at center ice. Looks like he was almost tackled there by Slavkovsky as he lifts the puck into the Montreal zone. Matheson clears down ice into the Hawk end. Brevier makes a pass up the right wing. Bedard center ice to Donato over the Canadian blue line. Tried a little toe drag maneuver. Poke checked away, however, by Matheson to Slavkovsky across the Hawk line right point to Matheson high slot. And Donato returns the favor, lifting Matheson. There's Mikheyev now back into the Canadian zone on the delayed offside. Had to let the puck go. Carrier took it back between the circles, Montreal end. Passing it ahead to Caulfield, breaks into the Hawk zone, gave it a Slavkovsky along the left boards. Then out to the line, Lane Hudson stopping in the high slot, put it over, left circle, Caulfield fires. That goes off the knob of the stick of Soderblue and wide. This puck kept in by Hudson at the right point. He sticks it down behind the Hawk net. Lefshanoff will outlet to center ice to Nazar. To Teravainen to Bertuzzi. He's over the line. To Nazar right circle, firing a shot. Partially blocked by Gouli, ends up behind the net. Bertuzzi spins it up the slot. Lefshanoff to Kaiser. Tried to turn and make a quick pass over to Teravainen in the Canadian zone. That's batted to center ice. And now Bertuzzi catches a high stick at the Montreal blue line. No penalty is called as he tried to get to a loose puck. Loose puck now taken back by the Canadians. Dvorak down the right wing into the Hawk zone. Put it in front of the net that hit the skate of Kaiser. Deflects away into the near corner. Brendan Gallagher on it there. Now in front here is Anderson moving it for Gallagher. His stick lifted at the last second, and the Hawks come out of their end 3-on-2, led by Lefshanoff. Stepping over the Montreal line, left point, put it across. Foligno in the high slot. Had trouble with the puck. Hudson will dish to center ice. Lucas Reichel tying up with Gallagher. Hawkline took the puck away. To Foligno to Slaggert, breaking into the Canadian zone. Dropping at right point, Renzel. He drives it off the inboards and wide. And Reichel along the near side boards. was bothered by Line, who lifts the puck off of Reichel's stick to center ice, and we get a whistle on a hand pass called here. 16:50 left in period number 2, 2-1 Canadiens.
The Blackhawks Foundation end of season auction closes tomorrow. Bid on one-of-a-kind items with proceeds benefiting the Chicago Blackhawks Foundation. Text Blackhawks to 76278 or visit blackhawks.com/auction.
Here's Ryan Green facing off with Jake Evans over the center ice circle. And Green wins this one back to Rinzel, Hawk blue line. He'll step ahead and fire it down the glass deep into the Montreal zone. In the near corner, Savard takes it, whips it behind his net up the left wing side. Patrick Laine dishing to the Hawk blue line, and a poke check there by Rinzel, and then the play is whistled down on the offside. You get a whistle stopping play.
How about Rinzel? Man, he's been playing some big minutes on the blue line. Every game that he's played in the NHL so far, over 20 minutes. Season high, career high, 25:03 in the last game against the Winnipeg Jets. I think if you're Kevin Dean, you look down at Sam Rinzel and you just say, hey, get back out there. Doesn't seem like he gets tired. And I've been very impressed with his start in the NHL.
What are you doing sitting on that bench taking a breather? Get out there. And Rinzel, as we speak of him, does a little spinorama Hawk blue line. Kept the puck at center ice, and Veleno's now got it. The Slaggert breaking into the Canadian zone to the right circle. Turning away to the half boards, being bothered by Savard. Veleno in to stab the puck out of the pile. Into the right corner, Reichel's got it, whips it behind the net to the left point to Vlasic. Vlasic will now flip the puck back down to Reichel, back of the Canadian net. Reichel lost it, kicks it back to his stick, then is pushed into the left corner boards by Evans from behind. Struble pokes it up the near sideboards, and Kapanen's got the puck at center ice, hit with a colossal check right in front of the penalty boxes there by Vlasic. But he dumped the puck down behind the Hawk net, and Rinzel skates it out. Rinzel through center over the Canadian line, down the right wing. Will flip it on goal, and a stick save made by Montembeault. And he'll drop the puck to the ice and hold it.
That's just a great example of what Rinzel's going to bring to the table. Wheels behind his own net, gets body position on the first floor checker, just wheels through the neutral zone. No way that anybody from Montreal can turn and catch up to them, because they're all basically standing still all the way down to the right face-off circle, throws one to the front of the net, weaves his way past Caulfield and get the puck towards Montembeault. He's got to be smart on that little play, but great example of what Rinzel's going to bring to the Hawks organization for years to come.
Draw one by the Hawks. Here's Levshunov firing from the right point. That deflects wide of the net. And the puck slides over the blue line to center ice. Ilya Mikheyev will grab it. Race back into the Hawk zone. Over to Levshunov, head to Bedard, center ice, then to Donato for the benches. He dumps the puck to the right wing corner Canadian zone, tried to get to it, was held up by Gallagher. That could have been an interference call, none made. Kaiser leaves the puck at the left point. Bedard to Donato, top of the right circle. He turned to fire a shot, didn't get all of it, shot it wide. In the left wing corner, William Mikheyev digging the puck out.
Ooh.
Gallagher tried to clear it out. Puck does end up at center ice. Kaiser got it back. To Levshunov to Donato. Across the Montreal line, stopping at the right point. Flips it down behind the net. Carrier grabs it there, put it up the far boards. Picked off by Nick Foligno. Foligno in the right wing circle. Knocked off his stick. Dvorak lifts the puck down ice into the Hawk zone. Crevier back to get it. Canadians in a quick line change. Crevier sends Foligno over the Canadian line left wing. To Ryan Green in the left wing corner. Green moving up the boards, leaving it there. Oliver Moore will chop the puck behind the net. Foligno there, dish it to the doorstep for Green. His stick was lifted. Puck taken away by Slavkovsky. Drove it around, not out. Held in by Crevier right point. Sent it down to Foligno behind the net. To Moore along the left sideboard. Squeezing past the check. Moore cuts in for the net and trying to backhand it on goal. It goes wide. The loose puck taken now behind the Canadian net again by Foligno. Threw it off the back of the net, but Hudson got a skate in there, knocking it away. But the Hawks get it back. Foligno again behind the net. Holding, put it in front. Green shoots, blocked in front. Moore turns to fire for the left circle. That's blocked as well. And Dvorak will lift the puck down ice into the Hawk end. Line changes for each team once again. Murphy firing a pass down the left wing side into the Canadian zone. Nazar beat the Canadians for the dots. There's Teravainen firing for the slot, and a shoulder save made by Montembeault. Bertuzzi turning top of the right circle with the puck. Drops it at the left point. Vlasic over to Teravainen, top of the right circle. Backing up to the blue line. Moves it to the left wing boards. Vlasic's got it. Racing down behind the Canadian net with the puck. Pulled off of it, though, by Slavkovsky. Dooley to the puck in the far corner, being bothered by Bertuzzi. Dooley tries to lift the puck out and succeeds. Sam Renzel's got it in front of the Canadian bench. Renzel, a little bank pass on the left wing for Nazar into the Montreal zone. Hudson took the puck away, and this is on a pass up ice, and icing is going to be the call against Montreal.
So just what we were kind of talking about after the first period, where's the energy level going to be? Well, the crowd is way down from what it was at the beginning. The Blackhawks have kind of just settled their game down after holding the fort in a very emotional, energetic first period by the Montreal Canadiens. And they've had some good looks here, out shooting the Canadiens right now 11-6. So kind of what you would expect, that you just can't have that type of energy in a building for 60 minutes to settle down right now, and for the Hawks just keep playing a smart game here.
Canadians get the puck off the draw. Dooley from behind his net, driving it around to center ice. Levshunov took the puck back for the Hawks, whips it over to Kaiser. He'll stick it down behind the Montreal net. Montembeault put it into the far corner to Dooley. He'll lift it down ice into the Hawks zone, not far enough for icing. And Kaiser took it away from Newhook and carries behind the net. Bank pass up the near side, not out of the zone. Suzuki held it in right point, put it behind the net, getting it off. He's sent it out in front. And it's whacked just wide by Newhook. And then Suzuki coughs up the puck along the far boards. McKay's got it in front of the benches. Whips it across the rink to Kaiser, just inside the Canadian blue line. He's slammed into the boards. Carrier spent it behind his net. Matheson tried to clear. Picked off by Reichel. Reichel along the right side boards. Then to the corner. Reichel holding the puck. Knocked down along the half boards. And the penalty is going to be called here to the Canadians. Matheson's going to get the game for tripping. And we'll have a Sitco power play when we return. They haven't flashed the red light on
Montreal 8, Montreal tripping.
Now they do. 12:19 left in the second. 2-1 Montreal. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Ever feel like the road is out to... Thankfully, Hyundai is always working to ensure it doesn't, with over 130 IIHS Top Safety Awards since 2006. IIHS Top Safety Awards include Top Safety Pick and Top Safety Pick Plus awards to Hyundai vehicles from 2006 to 2025.
Right now, for a limited time, you can lease the Hyundai Tucson for $259 a month or get $1,750 bonus cash. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offers end April 30th. Call 224-661-0068 for details.
When you only want to work with the best in commercial concrete, think Concrete Illinois. Visit ConcreteIL.com, where you'll find the top commercial concrete contractors for your next project. Cement Mason LMCC members are skilled union employees who have the experience, skill, and focus needed to get the job done right, on time, and on budget. There's tremendous value in using skilled tradesmen on your commercial concrete project. To learn more, visit ConcreteIL.com. That's ConcreteIL.com.
There's a winning magic powering up at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. This April, prepare for an exciting quest to $300,000 in the Enchanted Spins slot tournament. Just conjure your rewards card and play slots to earn drawing entries. Each Thursday, 60 winners will compete for thousands in cash and prizes. Let your journey begin with Enchanted Spins, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Who needs an alarm when you have Bob Surratt? Weekday mornings at 6 on 720. Now back to the game.
Blackhawks summer hockey camps are back. Sign up your child today to develop their skills where the Blackhawks practice at the Fifth Third Arena. Registrations are filling up fast. Sign up today at blackhawks.com/camps. John Weideman, Troy Murray here at downtown Montreal. 2-1 Canadians. Face off to the left-hand side of Montembeault, and it'll be the Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric face-off for all the right reasons. Call 866-4 Seasons.
Tyler Bertuzzi in the right wing corner, giving a bear hug, but put the puck behind the Canadian net. Nazar there to Bedard, left point. To the blue line, deep slot now. Renzel back to Bedard, hammers a shot. Blocked by Anderson, stick broke. Hawks get it back. Renzel from the left circle, fires, and that deflects off of Savard and up into the protective netting.
Boy, Blackhawks on the Sitco power play. When you start with Sitco, you're good to go. Just couldn't take advantage of the shot that Bedard took that snapped the stick in half of Josh Anderson, making it basically a 5-on-3 shot by Renzel, who's had so many opportunities to get his first goal in the NHL. Gets deflected up in the netting, so Anderson able to get over and get a fresh piece of composite. Evans out on the face-off circle against Teravainen.
Teravainen wins it. Hawks get possession. Rinzel left point. Put it over to Bedard, right point. He'll move in top of the circle. Give it to Rinzel, deep slot. To the left wing circle, Bertuzzi. To Teravainen, top of the left circle. To Rinzel, high slot. To Teravainen, left wing circle. Back to Rinzel. Holds and then fires. It hit Nazar in the slot. He turns and pokes the puck to the left wing corner. Teravainen had it for a moment, lost it. Dooley tried to clear it out. Nazar took it away, left corner. To Rinzel, left point. To Bedard, top of the right wing circle. Turning away from pressure. Here's Bedard. Put it beside the net. Bertuzzi fed it in front of the net. Here's Teravainen with it. He's got Montembeault way out of the crease. Bedard to Rinzel in the slot. Put it beside the net. It was intended for Bertuzzi, who waved at it. And now a penalty is going to be called here to the Hawks. Montreal breaking back up ice 2-on-1, led by Armia into the Hawk zone, firing for the left circle. Stick save made by Soderblom. Armia's got it back in behind the net. Delayed penalty here. Now Armia put it away to Gooley along the left boards, and now Bertuzzi reaching out finally touches the puck and the whistle blows. So for the next 41 seconds, the sides will be 4 against 4. Then the Canadiens will get their first power play of the night.
1 for 2 for the Blackhawks on the Citgo power play. I thought in that last little sequence there, John, they had too many passes around. They had some opportunities. It's going to be a hooking call. But they had some decent looks, and they just one too many passes. But you got to give Montreal's penalty killers a lot of credit. They were in the shooting lanes. And David Savard, a real good penalty killer. Some excellent positioning there by the Canadiens. Now 5-on-4, face off to the right-hand side of Soderblom.
We're going to find out what kind of a penalty killer Ryan Green is. He's going to take this face-off to get it started in the Hawk zone. Drop the puck. The Canadiens get control. The team's got to wear 4 aside right now. Newhook in the high slot. Drops it over Carrier, top of the left circle to Newhook, left point. He'll spin it down behind the net. Demidov in the near corner. Given a bump off the puck by Kaiser, but recovers the puck. At the slot. Carrier fires. And it looked like Levshunov got a piece of that with a skate. Loose puck along the left sideboards, held in by the Canadiens. Struble left point, put it down to Newhook, to the slot. Carrier fires, blocker save made by Soderblom. Struble got it back. Demidov high slot. Carrier now to Demidov, top of the right wing circle, turning away to the half boards. 2 seconds, 1 Canadiens at full strength. Demidov behind the net, shakes the check. Here's Demidov now in the near corner. Put it out to the high slot. Lane Hudson closing in, put it over left circle. One-timer there from Suzuki, missed the left. Follow-up shot by Hudson, misses, and then it goes wide. Loose puck at the left point. Newhook there. Put it down to the left wing corner to Suzuki. He's given a bear hug by Levshunov. Kaiser got the puck. Can't clear it out from the goal line. Taken away by the Canadiens. Line A along the left boards. To Slavkovsky, high slot. Leaving it at the line, Hudson. To Slavkovsky, right circle. Then to Demidov, right circle. High slot now for Hudson. He'll move it over top of the right circle, Demidov. Demidov in the right circle to Suzuki, firing. That's blocked by Kaiser. Demidov took it in behind. Moves it left circle, line A. He shoots. Glove save made by Arvid Soderblom, and he'll hold on. 34 seconds remain in the Canadian power play. They lead 2-1 with 9:33 left in the second period.
You know, the cheer that you're hearing was for Demidov as he was out there on the man advantage and he was controlling it. Got some great hands, made some nice plays, and Soderblom takes this goal away from Line A. Had a good beat on it. Some decent traffic in front of the net. Soderblom did a nice job of fighting through that traffic to find that puck.
Line A in one of his earlier seasons with the Winnipeg Jets had 20 power play goals. He's got 15 this season out of the 20 that he scored. The rest are 5 against 5. Now Ilya Mikheyev strips the puck away from the Habs and clears down ice into Montreal zone. 15 seconds left on the half power play. Lane Hudson will lead the rush to center ice. At the hot line, he took it across, and this play is whistled down on the offside.
Yeah, Hudson had to make that play to Line A. Line A was streaking down the left wing side there, and he thought for sure that Hudson was going to move that puck over to him. No hesitation by him to slow up with the blue line there because he thought that that play was going to come to him. A little bit disappointed as he heads off the ice. And that's one for Lane Hudson, that he's got to realize what's going on around him there and make that play.
Now the face-off just outside the hot blue line. Dvorak wins it back to the Canadian line to Matheson. To Carrier on the right wing of center ice. He'll drive it down into the Hawk zone behind the net. Anderson's got it left wing corner. Hawks at full strength. Here's a shot from Matheson from the point. Blocked by Nazar. Back to center ice. Nazar's got it back into the Canadiens on right circle. Put it in front for Bertuzzi. And a pass hit him in the skate and went wide. Gallagher back the other way. Through center ice over the hot line on the right wing. Stopping. Put it in front of the net. Kicked off by Vlasic. Quick pass up ice. Deflects down in on the goaltender Montembeault. It cleared away to the far side boards. Matheson moving up the left wing to the Montreal blue line. He spun it ahead. This deflects down the glass behind the Hawk net. Line change for the Canadiens. Vlasic skating the puck out of the Hawk zone. Gave it to Bertuzzi over the Canadian line. Top of the right circle. He delays and then punches a pass across the rink. Picked off by Evans. Back through center over the Hawk line on the right wing. To line against the right wing half board. Evans back in the net. Fed it out in front. Picked off by Ryan Donato. Over to Nazar. And he'll lift it clear down ice into the Canadian zone. Hawks will be able to get a line change out of this. Hudson takes the puck behind the Montreal net. Stopping there for a moment. And he'll make a pass up the left wing, and this misses. Kapanen goes all the way down, and we get icing here to Montreal. Down to 7:55 for the second, 2-1 in favor of the Canadiens.
Don't just witness Blackhawks hockey. Own a piece of it as part of a Blackhawks Classics program presented by Bud Light. You can claim your limited edition commemorative ticket for any home game you attend this season. Learn more at blackhawks.com/classics. Donato against Jake Adams in the face-off circle.
Donato wins the draw. Kaiser at the left point. Put it down, intended for Bedard. Puck was swatted off his stick by Lane Hudson. Canadians on the attack. Kapanen into the Hawk zone. Lost the puck into the left wing corner. His countryman Patrick Laine took it back. Put it down behind the Hawk net. Wyatt Kaiser in to take it out of there and slink up the left wing side to center ice. Ilya Mikheyev, Canadian line right wing. Fires it off the left corner boards, Montreal zone. Alexander Carrier will stick it away up the left wing side to Matheson. Goes rink wide with a pass for Slavkovsky into the Hawk zone. Down the right wing, a toe drag and a backhand shot. And a glove save made by Arvid Soderblom, who will hold on. 7:19 left in the second period of a wildly fast hockey game here in Montreal. Canadiens lead 2-1. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Chicago's very own. When and where you want us.
Hi, it's Lou Manfredini. Chicago's weather changes as often as line changes in a hockey game. Beat Chicago's weather extremes with new fiberglass windows from the Gilkey Window Company. Gilkey is Chicago's only family-owned, direct-to-consumer manufacturer who make, in my opinion, the best fiberglass windows and patio doors, independently verified as one of the most energy-efficient windows in America. For beautiful windows ready for any weather, choose fiberglass or choose vinyl. Just be sure to choose Gilkey. Go to Gilkey.com.
Hi, this is Dave Musial, owner of Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric. Do you have a plumbing emergency? Call Four Seasons. An electrical emergency? Call Four Seasons. A heating or cooling emergency? Call Four Seasons. Same-day hot water tank installation needed? Call Four Seasons. Need a whole home generator? Call Four Seasons. We guarantee same-day installation on all heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs. And no extra charge for nights, weekends, or holidays.
For all the right reasons, call 866-4 Seasons.
Are you a senior in Proviso Township experiencing isolation or loneliness, or simply that nobody cares about you? Well, the Proviso Township Mental Health Commission cares, and will connect you to a variety of senior services, including behavioral health at low or no cost. Plus, we'll get you free transportation to your appointment. You've given so much to our community, it's time we give back to you. Please call 708-234-TALK. That's 708-234-TALK.
Got an old car taking up space? Call 847-608-4700. Global Auto Recyclers will haul it away and pay you cash in a flash.
7:19 to go here in the first period. Montreal up 2-1. Face off the left-hand side of Soderblom. Blackhawks get a fresh group of 5 after an excellent kill. The tail end of that last sequence of plays. Blackhawks back to full strength, sponsored by Northwestern Medicine Orthopedics on a relentless pursuit of better medicine.
Here's Valeno to face off with Alex Newhook, who scored the game's opening goal back in the first period. Face-off circle to Soderblom's left. And Demidov stepped into the face-off circle. Now he is going to have to take this draw. And he wins it as the Canadians get possession. Newhook behind the net, tried to feed it up the slot, picked off by Valeno. Put it ahead for Reichel, center ice on the right wing. He'll sling it down the glass behind the net. Into the near corner to Slaggert. Try to put it back in front. Canadians get the puck back instead. Caden Gooley in the near corner. That's the backhander up the right wing side to center ice. Connor Murphy took it back for the Hawks, front of the penalty boxes. He sent the puck over to Louis Crevier. He'll dump it down the boards into the Montreal zone, and the Hawks go for a line change here. Nick Foligno on the ice. He had a pair of goals in the Hawks 3-2 win in Chicago at the United Center on January 3rd. Back in the Canadian zone, Hudson passing over to Gooley, right circle. Put a pass up the left wing, Slavkovsky into the Hawk zone. The new hook along the left half boards. They'll sweep it behind the net up the near side. And Oliver Moore tried to dish the puck out, taken away by Slavkovsky, who tried to go rink wide with a pass, and Green slaps it back to center ice. Then it's shot back into the Hawk zone by Caulfield. Down behind the net, Vlasic's got the puck there. Outlets to center ice to Ryan Green. Crossing center ice on the left wing side, dumping it down behind the Canadian net. Moore got a stick in there, and the goaltender Montembeau, who went down. And no reaction by the Canadians as a penalty will be called here. Here's Caulfield into the Hawk zone, down the right wing side to the corner. And he lost the puck as it's puck checked away by Vlasic. Canadians will get another power play.
Oliver Moore is going to get a tripping penalty from the goaltender, Sam Montembeau.
Chicago 11, minor penalty tripping. Canadian power play when we return with 5:51 left in period 2 here in Montreal. It's 2-1 Canadians. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
What do the Blackhawks and United Airlines have in common? The next generation has arrived, and the future looks bright. New planes are joining the United Airlines fleet every week, decked out with Bluetooth connectivity, screens and power at every seat, and bigger overhead bins to fit everyone's carry-on. Book your next trip on the United app or United.com today. United Airlines, proud to be the official airline of the Chicago Blackhawks.
The NHL season is wrapping up, but the action is better than ever. And with FanDuel, new customers who bet $5 get $250 in bonus bets if you win. So download the app and secure big all season long with FanDuel, an official partner of the Chicago Blackhawks.
Must be 21 or older and present in Illinois. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable bonus bets which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Clutter taking over your space? Let Junk Luggers help you reclaim it. Junk Luggers is the full-service junk removal and hauling company ready to tackle it all. From single-item pickups to clearing out the garage or removing furniture, Junk Luggers takes care of the heavy lifting so you don't have to. And with a strong commitment to sustainability, Junk Luggers keeps garbage out of landfills by repurposing, donating, and recycling whenever possible. Call 1-800-LUG-JUNK or visit junkluggers.com. Junk Luggers, saving your space and the planet one haul at a time.
Hey Hawks fans, this is Jason Dickinson. Let's get back to John and Troy on 720 WGN.
Oliver Moore in the box, 2 minutes for tripping. Blackhawks on the penalty kill. Montreal 1 for 1, I should say. This is their second power play opportunity. Blackhawks, Nick Foligno, Vlasic, along with Connor Murphy and McKayev out there to start this penalty kill. Good line change, and that's sponsored by Gilkey Windows, the best line of fiberglass windows and doors.
Draw to Soderblom's left. Foligno leaning on his stick at the dot against Suzuki. Wins this draw. Look out, the puck is turned over in front. Slavkovsky sticks it on goal. Turned out of there by Soderblom. There's a discarded stick in front of the net. That's Slavkovsky. And Mikheyev pushes the puck to the far boards as the puck goes down into the Canadian zone off of a Vlasic clear. Lane Hudson skating it out. Moving it on the left wing line over the hot blue line. Stopping at the left point, turned it over. Nick Foligno's got it. Back to the center. Over the Canadian line down the right wing. Cuts to the slot. Gave it to McKayev. Moves out the backhand. And a quick save is made by Montembeau. That's a huge save right there.
McKayev's just got to hang on to that puck a split second longer, and he's got a wide open net. He kind of forced it, maybe trying to go 5-hole, but the other side was wide open.
Now Foligno battling with Slavkovsky out near the point. Murphy grabs the loose puck and clears it all the way down. 1:10 left on the Canadian power play. Nazar hustling in to try and get to the puck. He sends Hudson into the boards. Here's Carolina moving in and firing, and he hit the crossbar. What a close, short-handed chance there. Demidov back into the Hudson down the right wing. Set it in front of the crease with far boards and wide. Deminoff with the puck along the left half board. Leave it there for Suzuki to Gallagher back of the net. To Suzuki left wing corner. Put it into the deep slot now. Matheson back to Nick Suzuki, left circle. Put it over right circle. Deminoff jams it back in front. Puck deflects through to the left side boards. Suzuki's got it there to Matheson, left point to Deminoff, right circle to Suzuki, left circle. Put it in front of the net. Knocked out of there by Gallagher. And then the puck is in the skates of Kaiser, who kicks it to his stick. Clears to the right wing boards. Teravainen wins a battle for the puck and clears it over the line to center ice. Canadians have to regroup. Deminoff at center ice. Whips it down the right side boards. Deep into the hot zone. Puck circles the net to the left wing side. Newhook's got it there to Matheson, left point. He'll walk the blue line to the deep slot. Send it over. Left wing circle. Suzuki to the slot. Newhook fires, and it's turned wide. It looked like it hit the headgear of Soderblom. Out of the box, Oliver Moore. Hawks at full strength. Moore with a hustling play at the Hawk blue line will knock the puck down ice into the Canadian zone. Hawks 2 for 2 on the PK.
Excellent penalty kill. Montreal had some decent looks, but boy, just like the way that they were determined.
McKay breaks into the Canadian zone down the side. He's tripped as he put a shot on goal, and a penalty is going to be called here. And let's see, will this be a penalty shot? No, just a tripping call. And the Hawks are going to get a Sitco power play out of this and a chance to tie.
Well, this has been an exciting hockey game. My goodness. You're talking about just before Blackhawks went on that penalty kill. Good time for another shorty. They've been doing a good job in that area. Mikheyev, he was in on a breakaway earlier. We've got 3 shorties on the season. And then Teravainen has been in a little bit of a slump here, 18 games without a goal. He rings one off the crossbar all alone in front of the net. So 2 great chances, a couple of good saves by Soderblom, and we're sitting right where we are now.
Nick Foligno actually could have shot that one down. Nazar City scores off the gift from Teuvo Teravainen. The pass originated from the top of the right circle over to Nazar, top of the left, and he rips it past Montembeault. It's another power play goal. We're tied at 2. What a shot by Nazar.
Yeah, perfect setup from Teravainen right into the wheelhouse. Goes off the blocker or the stick of Montembeault, who thinks he's got this play. He's trying to redirect this one into the corner and just kind of misses it. Teravainen, a no-look pass over to Nazar. He just fires this one. No big windup. The abbreviated shot there from Nazar, who picks up his first on the Sitco power play.
11th overall. The goal at 16:41 of period number 2.
We've got 4 goals in the last 6 games. And all of a sudden, this building's a little bit more quiet than it was in the first period.
And by the way,
it's
Troy,
just a little bit. And it is time to break out the Bandito. Celebrate every goal this season with El Bandito Yankee Tequila.
I know we get to Eastern Standard Time, and it gets a little confusing. Sometimes you lose track, but appreciate that. Here's Oliver Moore breaking into the Canadian zone to Murphy, left circle, firing a shot, blocked by Dooley on the way in. Moore took it back behind the net. Moore gave it to Foligno, back to Moore, back in the net. Swings it around to Crevier along the right boards to Moore, to the slot. Green fires, and that's blocked. Puck deflects out the center ice off Demidov's stick. Crevier's got it back at the Hawk blue line. The Quebec area native settling it down. Made a pass head Ryan Green at center ice. He deflects it down to the end boards in the Canadian zone. Dooley grabs the puck, put it over to Carrier, far corner. Passing up the right wing, Anderson over the Hawk line. Stopping along the half boards. Being defended there by Kaiser. And it's put into the corner, then picked off by the Hawks. Green can't clear it away. Hudson from the right point fires. And that hit Gallagher in the slot. Puck deflected away. Struble now to Hudson. Right circle, put it in front of the net. This deflects wide. Pass Slavkovsky. Or Dvorak, excuse me. And now Landon Slaggert can't clear the zone. Ryan Green took the puck along the far boards, hands it back to Levchinov. He'll skate the puck to center ice and over the Canadian line to Reichel, left circle, shoots. Butterfly save made by Montembeault. Loose puck to the near boards. Slaggert battling with Gallagher, who clears to center ice, and Renzel will go back to the Hawk blue line and get the puck. Canadians in a line change. Renzel passing to Vlasic, left wing over the Canadian blue line down to the corner. Kept the feet moving, puts it behind the net around to the right wing halfwards. Ilya Mikheyev in the corner. Donato back in the net, put it in front. Foligno, he fires, and this deflects over the net up off the glass. Foligno along the left side boards. tried to make a play. Puck is batted back to the point of Vlasic. Put it down to Donato, back in the net to Valeno, right wing circle. Fighting off a check from Caulfield. Lost the puck. And it's cleared by Struble down into the Hawk zone. Canadians again make a line change. Vlasic back to get the puck in the Hawk zone. 1:09 left in the second. Now we're tied at 2 here in Montreal. Vlasic is center ice up the left wing. Winds it down the boards behind the Canadian net to the right wing corner. Ryan Donato's got it there. Gives it back to Renzel, right point. They'll hand it off to Bedard along the right wing half boards. Turning off of Slafkovsky. Bedard at the line to Donato, top of the left circle, put it in front, and Kaiser barreling to the net, had it distinct. The other way, Slafkovsky back to center, over the hot line of the right wing. Tried to muscle Renzel off the puck, he drops it off, Suzuki fires. Pat saved made by Soderblom, and Renzel will lead the rest 3-on-2 the other way. Over the Canadian line, Mikheyev left wing circle. Here's Mikheyev now at the left point. Stopping there, he'll float it down the boards behind the net, Bedard's got it there. Bedard carries it back around to the left wing half boards and lost the handle of the puck. Matheson clearing it at the center ice. 20 seconds left in the period. Suzuki over the Hawk blue line. Drop pass Caulfield to Slafkovsky left circle. Penalty coming up here to the Hawks. Slashing will be the call, and the Canadians will close the frame on the power play.
Lefshunov, 2 minutes for slashing.
Chicago over 55, 2 minutes slashing.
13 seconds on the clock. An excellent penalty kill last time by the Hawks. Montreal, if they can win this draw, they'll be able to set something up for the Hawks. If they can win this draw, get it down, that'll finish the period, basically. Lefshunov, the second overall pick in the 24 draft, going up against Demidov, who was the 5th pick in the draft by the Montreal Canadiens. Just tuning in, Demidov in the first period, primary assist and a goal. Not a bad start to his NHL career.
Draw to the right of Soderblom. Canadians control. Hudson in the high slot to the right circle. A one-timer by Demidov is kicked out of there by Soderblom. Polino will press the puck to the far corner boards Hawk zone. Then it bounces out to Nazar, and he'll backhand it through the air and down as the horn sounds, ending play in period number 2. Well, it has been a frenetic pace for 40 minutes. And the shots on goal favoring the Blackhawks after 2 periods, 17-14. It's been so fast, it's been really hard to keep up with the descriptions in this game, but this is the kind of hockey that we love.
Oh, I mean, this is really good entertainment. And as we talked about at the end of the first period, talked about how the Blackhawks kind of were able to hold their own. Some big saves by Soderblom. Montreal came out flying. I mean, they were just revved up for this game, an opportunity to get themselves into a postseason position. Dominating in some ways the first period, but the Hawks they bent, but they didn't break. And then they scored the late goal and Sitko power play. Special teams was one of the keys to the game. Really big part of what's been going on so far. And then the Hawks able to kind of reset. They didn't play a bad first period. Ended up outchancing Montreal and shots on goal in favor of the Hawks in that first 20 minutes. And now the energy level was brought down a little bit, but I really liked what I've seen from the Hawks. Their passing has been good from one end of the ice to the other. You look at Renzel, how well he's played, Lefshunov. But, we're kind of, now we're taking it for granted about the way that Wyatt Kaiser is playing the game.
Yeah.
Big Alex Vlasic has been playing tremendous hockey here in the last 5 or 6 games. Back to, I think he got a little bit tired there for a while. They were using him in all kinds of situations, and I think he got a little bit worn down. But he's back to playing, and he's only 23 years of age, and we're not even talking about him anymore, but he is, he's the cornerstone back there. Up front, you got all kinds of speed, opportunities, great passing plays. Just really impressed with how the Hawks have responded in this game, knowing it was going to be a tough place to play, a tough building. Everything that was built up to start this game probably happened in the first 20 minutes that Montreal wanted to happen, but look where the Hawks are now, out shooting them. Score is tied 2-2, and now you're putting some pressure on the Montreal Canadiens to find a way to get the job done here in the third period. Next goal is going to be huge. If Montreal can get it, they're going to have the energy. They've got the power play for almost 2 minutes to start the third period. But if the Hawks can kill it, take a little bit of buzz out of the building here, And if they score, the crowd's going to get, a little bit antsy here because they want to get into the postseason. Last time they were in the postseason, Luke Richardson was a part of the coaching staff in that lockouts or the COVID season.
Right.
Where they went on a great run and ended up playing Tampa Bay in the final that year.
And Luke coached 3 Stanley Cup final games.
Yeah, because the coach got sick, right? Or
that was it. Yeah.
So, for Montreal, they want to get right back into it, and it'd be a heartbreaker if they didn't. How well they've played here since the Four Nations break. They're 14-5-5 going into that break, 1-7-1. So complete turnaround. They were like the St. Louis Blues. They were going to be selling off everything at the deadline. All of a sudden, they're going, "Oh, wait a minute, we got something here." They kind of stuck with it. They've been playing excellent hockey. But I'll tell you what we're seeing now from these Blackhawk players, the young guys that are out there on the ice, it has been very impressive how they have been very resilient in this type of a situation. This is not a friendly atmosphere whatsoever. They've handled it well.
And they've taken ownership of it, too. That's what I love.
Yeah, 100%.
They're new kids, but they don't feel like they've got to be differential. It's very encouraging, Hawks fans. The future is truly looking bright.
Well, and Sorensen was talking about it this morning in the media scrum when he was talking about, it's been a tough year and all this kind of stuff. And he says it's been great here the last little while because, the veteran players, they want to play in the playoffs and they know it's been a tough year and it's a grind. Now you've got all these young guys and they lost the night before. They come to the next round. Hey, what are we going to do, Coach? Yeah. Where are we going? What are we doing? Hey, Spike, that kind of emotion and energy. And you really see it. These guys care for one another. And a great job by the captain in the first period to jump in when Oliver Moore gets destroyed by Caden Gooley. That's what you want. And that's what you want your leaders, your older guys, to keep that, culture going here. Patty Maroon's done. Martinez is done. 2 guys that were counted on inside that locker room. You lost some guys during the season. Now you got this influx of young guys. But, the example of Nick Foligno, making sure that the players know that they have each other's back, so important. And great example of that through 40 minutes in this game.
All right. Well, third period coming up in just a few minutes, but right now we're going to send it back to Charlie Rameliotis. He's in Blackhawk Central with a intermission report, and then back here to Montreal, the mecca of hockey, where the Blackhawks will look to take the measure of the Canadiens. Right now the score is tied at 2 after 2. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
At Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, we understand it's not just our next door neighbors who inspire us every day. It's our neighbors across the country, across all communities. And while Blue Cross has been your one local and trusted healthcare partner for nearly 90 years, it's our wide scope of products, services, and technologies that allows us to have a deeper understanding for everyone, everywhere, empowering whole person health with compassion and innovation, one member at a time. It's that unique Blue Cross service and commitment through all stages of life that connects us hand in hand, ensuring you always have access to the highest quality, affordable healthcare with that personal touch, always finding new ways to deliver on our oldest promise, to keep you at the center of everything we do. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, through it all.
Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, a division of Healthcare Service Corporation, a mutual legal reserve company.
Hockey fans, catch every NHL postseason moment at the Barn Hockey Bar, Chicago's ultimate hockey destination. Located at 1659 West Ogden Avenue, the Barn delivers wall-to-wall action with over 60 massive TVs, and the sound is always on, putting you right in the middle of the action. Enjoy unbeatable drink specials all postseason long, plus a menu packed with game day favorites. Surrounded by legendary hockey memorabilia, you'll feel the passion the second you walk in. Whether you're with friends or fellow fans, this is where hockey lives. Visit barnhockeybar.com for details.
Give people a place to gather and make fire the focal point of your home again. With a majestic fireplace or insert, you'll enjoy the warmth and ambiance of fire with contemporary style and the latest technology. Whether you're looking for wood, electric, or gas, indoors or out, Majestic offers a broad range of sizes and styles. Visit their showroom on Bowes Road in Elgin or call for a free estimate. 847-741-5903. 847-741-5903. House of Fireplaces, giving you a warm feeling since 1953.
Searching for a financial partner that truly has your best interest at heart? Join KCT Credit Union, where they're more than just a bank. They're a not-for-profit financial cooperative. KCT members are owners, meaning profits go back to you in the form of lower loan rates, higher savings rates, and fewer fees. Experience personalized service that puts you first. KCT Credit Union, now a division of Consumers Credit Union. Visit kctcu.org. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. When it's game time, it's Tully time.
Intermission?
Intermission already? It's time for an intermission update. Here's Charlie Rebelliotis.
40 minutes is in the books in Montreal, and the Blackhawks and Canadiens are tied 2-2. Chicago fell behind 2-0 in this game, but they've scored a pair of power play goals to even this thing up through 2 periods. Entertaining hockey game going on at the Bell Center. So we'll see what the third period has in store. A light NHL schedule today. Only 2 other games currently going on. So let's get to some scores. The Stars are in Detroit to take on the Red Wings. Dallas is up 3-2 on Detroit. Alex DeBrincat scored his 37th goal of the season earlier in the game. You have the New York Rangers in Florida taking on the Panthers. It's a 3-3 score currently at the second intermission. And the Utah Hockey Club are in Nashville leading 2-1 on the Predators at the first intermission. And 2 late games tonight, 9 o'clock puck drops. The Edmonton Oilers, who are going to be without Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, Zach Hyman, and among others, will be hosting the LA Kings tonight. They're resting a lot of their guys ahead of the playoffs. It's going to be a first-round preview between the Kings and Oilers. And then finally, the Vancouver Canucks are hosting the San Jose Sharks later tonight. Elsewhere in sports, the Chicago Cubs continue their West Coast swing in San Diego, taking on the Padres later tonight. And over in the WNBA draft, the Chicago Sky have 2 first-round picks, 3 in the first 16 selections. They are currently making their picks right now, so we'll see who the Chicago Sky take later today. Meanwhile, in Montreal, the Blackhawks and Canadiens are tied 2-2. We'll take a quick break. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
It's the Bob Surratt Morning Zoo. Not really, but I've always wanted to say that.
WGN. Lost your health insurance? You might be eligible for a special enrollment period on the Get Covered Illinois Marketplace. Get Covered Illinois navigators are ready to help you enroll in a quality, affordable health plan with essential benefits to cover prescription drugs, hospitalizations, maternity care, and much more. You might even qualify for financial help. Go to getcoveredillinois.gov. Your health coverage starts here.
On the basketball court, the soccer pitch, or even the golf course, your crew brings their best not just for the win, but for that post-game celebration. When victory tastes like Michelob Ultra, it's worth every drop of sweat. And if you don't win, you'll still get the beer. It's just on you. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. Superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
For 140 years, the Salvation Army has been in Chicago through good times and tough times. With so much uncertainty in the world, we want you to know they're not going anywhere. That's why Sutton Ford and the Matson Auto Mall is assisting the Salvation Army to do the most good. It's their goal to offer a hand up, not just a hand out, to struggling families. More than ever, the Salvation Army needs your help. Please go to salarmychicago.org. Help us make a difference tonight.
The professionals at Plumbers 911 Chicago are ready to answer your call. They'll get your plumbing job done right the first time. Their phones are open 24/7, 1-833-PLUM-911.
40 minutes is in the books in Montreal. And let's head over to Bell Center and bring in Troy Murray. Troy, what an entertaining hockey game we have going on between the Blackhawks and Canadiens, and the Hawks finding a way to even this thing up through 40.
Yeah, it's been fantastic, and I really, again, can't stress enough how well the Blackhawks responded in that first period, not letting this game get away from them. They stuck with it, and they did an excellent job of responding the right way in the second period. Crowd just not as energetic, but there's still a lot of energy in this building, and I would think for the Blackhawks, when you come out here in the third period, get this big kill, and then you put some pressure on Montreal. They need to win this game. You don't want to push it any further. If they win this game, they're in. If they lose, still on the line. So Montreal's got a lot at stake here, and it's been a fun hockey game through 40 minutes. Great execution, great speed. This has been really entertaining.
What have you thought of the play of Frank Nazar? He easily could have had 3 or 4 points in that second period alone.
He just keeps getting better. And again, you look at, there's so much focus on all the young guys that are coming up here now. You look at, on defense, it's Rinzel, Leshunov, and now you forget about Nazar. And, he's only 21 years of age, but now he seems like he's a veteran out there compared to some of the young guys that they've sprinkled into the lineup here in the last little while. A lot of focus on Ryan Green playing his first game. Oliver Moore, he's played, this is his 8th game, and you just look at the young guys that have made a big impact here. I was talking about, kind of forgetting about Vlasic on the back end there just because it seems like he's been here for a long time, and that's kind of the way I'm thinking of Nazar. It just seems like he's a veteran guy inside that room, and in some ways he is, but he just keeps getting better and better with more confidence, his speed, the way that he plays and pursues the puck. He's finding his range now, which is good. Sometimes it's tough to figure out how to score in the NHL. It seems like he's getting that under his belt, so some really good things moving forward expected from Nazar.
All right, great stuff, Troy. We'll talk after the game, hopefully after a Blackhawks victory.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
All right, we got one more break, and we're going to set up the third period next. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
Imagine being 3 months pregnant and finding out you have cancer. I'm Robin, and that was my reality. But I trusted my team at Northwestern Medicine, my oncologist, orthopedic surgeon, and high-risk obstetrician, who collaborated to come up with the safest chemotherapy plan. So I didn't have to choose between my life and my baby's.
Anchored by Northwestern Memorial Hospital, nationally ranked for obstetrics and gynecology, cancer, and orthopedics by U.S. News and World Report, Robin's team worked together closely, focusing not only on making Robin better, but on bringing her baby into the world safely. After months of treatments, they performed a C-section, then cancer removal on the same day.
Now there are 2 things we celebrate on Sophia's birthday: her life and mine.
Because what makes us better makes you better. Northwestern Medicine. Learn more at nm.org/better.
It's golf season, and that means it's time to start betting like a pro with the world's largest sportsbook right at your fingertips, Circa Sports. It's sports betting the way it should be. Shop the odds on the app for every tournament. Circa Sports has high betting limits, exceptional customer service, and more. Fun and bet like a pro anywhere, anytime. It's never been easier. Get your golf bets in for every tournament. Visit circasports.com today.
If you or someone you know may have a problem with gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAM to 833-234.
For decades, Chicagoland has trusted one name to keep their cars looking great, Mako. And now, for a limited time, get 30% off paint to make your ride shine like new. Need financing? No problem. 0% for 12 months available. See store for details. So call, stop in, or log on to Mako.com. That's MAACO to find a location near you. Mako, America's body shop. Uh-oh, better get Mako.
Hey, Chris Chelios here. It's time to break out the Bandito. El Bandito Yankee Tequila. So smooth, it's criminal. Break out the Bandito, baby.
The Blackhawks, Wildcats, and the NFL play here on AM 720. On smart speakers, say play WGN Chicago.
The third period is next. The third period. Here for a recap is Charlie Remeliotis.
It was an electric start over at the Bell Center for the Canadiens, who went up 2-0, but the Blackhawks have evened things up with a late power play goal in the first period and then another goal late in the second with the power play goal. It was Frank Nazar, his 11th goal of the season.
Now Nazar City scores off the gift from Teuvo Teravainen. The pass originated from the top of the right circle over to Nazar, top of the left, and he rips it past Montembeault. It's another power play goal. We're tied at 2. What a shot by Nazar.
For every Blackhawks goal this season, Marquette Bank is donating $80 to a local charity to celebrate 80 years of neighborhood banking and giving back to the community. What a game Frank Nazar is having for the Blackhawks. And ironically, he was the player that the Blackhawks took with that 13th overall pick that they traded to Montreal for Kirby Dach. And so nice to see him performing the way he has. He's been awesome for Chicago ever since getting called up, but specifically as of late, the offensive production is starting to come as well. We are now heading into the third period. Let's finish the game strong. Sponsored by Finishing Chicago. For commercial painting, wall covering, drywall finishing, or glazing contractors, go to finishingchicago.com. Back over to John and Troy at Bell Center.
All right, Charlie, thank you very much. Hawks fans will recall that Marc-Andre Fleury won his 500th game of his career here in Montreal as a Chicago Blackhawk. A couple of months later, he was traded to the Minnesota Wild for a conditional second-round pick. That pick turned out to be a kid named Ryan Green, who's making his NHL debut here tonight for the Blackhawks. And so far, no points, but I like what I see of him so far, Troy. I think he's with a lot of upside.
Doesn't look out of place, doesn't look overwhelmed. Got a lot of friends and family, a lot of teammates come in here. His mother, Lisa, father, Jason, brother, Kyle, girlfriend, Morgan, and a ton of others here to watch his NHL debut.
We're underway here in the second period. Murphy clears the puck through center and down into the Canadian zone. Canadians on a power play now for the next 1:30. Lane Hudson with the puck behind the Montreal net. Stepping out, he'll lead the charge up the middle of the ice. Passing right wing, Suzuki, center ice, back to Hudson. Stepping into the Hawk zone, drops it left point, line it. Leaving it there for Slavkovsky. Foligno got a stick in there, knocking the puck away. Murphy to Foligno. Hawk line right wing. He'll push it out to center ice, forcing the Canadiens to regroup. Now here's a pass to Line A. Hawk line left wing. He'll stick it down behind the net up the far side. This is off the stick of Caulfield. Foligno breaks back the other way, shorthanded. Over the Montreal line down the left wing and wires a shot in on goal. And a glove save is made by the goaltender, Sam Montembeault. 55 seconds remaining in the Canadiens' power play.
And a smart play by Foligno. He's all by himself. Mikheyev bailed off. Went for the line change, and Foligno fires this one on the goaltender, Montembeault, and he's not trying to score from there. But what he does, he follows it up right there. Montembeault can't put the puck back into play, so you get a offensive zone face-off on the penalty kill, something you never want to have happen if you're on the power play. Good job there by the veteran Foligno.
Suzuki wins this draw from Montreal. Canadians get possession. Matheson behind his net. Stepping out, he'll move to his blue line, handed ahead to Gallagher, across the hot line to Demidov on the right wing side, put it in front, and a shot from Newhook gets kicked away by Soderblom with a right pad save. Demidov took the puck back along the left side board, spins it behind the Hawk net around to the right point. Gallagher there to Newhook, right corner. Newhook to the half boards to Gallagher at the line, back to Newhook, right wing circle. Go back up to the half boards, holding the puck. Newhook drops it bottom of the circle. Demidov to Newhook beside the net, cut it up the slot for Gallagher. This is off his stick and deflects to center ice. 13 seconds on the half power play. Matheson passing to Suzuki over the Hawk line, left hand side. And he sent the puck down to the corner. Handed forward there by Flaggart, pokes it to the line, kept in by Gallagher, put it over. Demidov fires for the right point. That goes wide. Hawks at full strength. Left it off out of the box. Hawks 3 for 3 in the PK. Quick pass now by Slaggert up the left wing. Donato center ice. To Nazar over the Canadian line. He'll sweep it down the left wing corner boards behind the net. Rolls up the near side at the point. Louis Crevier kept the puck in at the point. Sent it down to the right circle. But Matheson took the puck away from Montreal. Here's to center ice. And then Crevier steps in front of it, took it away. Feeds Donato in the Canadian zone, and he'll fire. And then a blocker save made by Montembeault. Bedard checks Matheson behind the Canadian net. The puck comes free, but right to Jake Evans. He'll skate up the right wing side, clear through the air to center ice. Murphy gloves it, drops it to a stick there. Hands it ahead to Bedard of the Canadian line on the right wing. Tried to toss the puck in front. Matheson pulls it out of harm's way into the near corner. Leaves the puck for Evans, who spins behind the net far corner to line it. He'll return it back in behind near corner Matheson. Passing it the left wing, Kapanen in center ice, who coughed up the puck. Murphy swings it back into the Canadian zone off the stick of Reichel. Habs get the puck back. It's cleared around by Matheson and all the way down, and icing is going to be the call to the Canadians. Well, the Canadians were in the midst of making a line change there. I don't know how many of their personnel they were able to successfully get on the ice, but they look like a little bit of a tired group right now.
Yeah, Canadians had a little bit of frustration showing here in the last little bit. Excellent job on the penalty kill by the Hawks to start this third period. 17 minutes to go here, 2-2. Shots on goal 20-15 in favor of the Hawks. And to me, if you're the Blackhawks, boy, you just stick with it. Don't change anything. It's the Montreal Canadiens. You're going to try and press a little bit here.
Initially, Nazar won the draw. He had the puck in his skates, pulled out of there by Carrier. The Habs. There's it down ice in the Hawk end. Kaiser sticks it behind the net to Levshinoff. He'll skate it up the right wing to center ice. Dumps the puck wide of the Canadian net. Hudson picks it up in the far corner. Dishes up the right wing boards to Gallagher. Shot it out the center ice on the left wing. Dvorak crossing the hot line to the high slot. He'll fire. Punched out with a blocker save by Soderblom. Nazar grabs a rebound. Moves up the right wing and passes to Teravainen at center ice. They put the puck into the Montreal zone, but the Canadians take it away. And it's lifted down to the hot blue line. Nazar took it away there.
It looked like it was offside.
Yeah.
Montreal clears the zone.
Now back in the Hawk zone. Murphy along the right side boards. Passing up the right wing. Ryan Green center ice. Shot it across the rink intended for Foligno, but Lane Hudson put a stick in the passing lane and he deflects that one over the Canadian bench. 2-2, 16:09 left in period 3.
Well, the Blackhawks have used, coming into this game, 37 players this season. That's a lot. I mean, the turnover has been incredible. A lot of players have had their opportunities. Some guys back down in Rockford as they are in the playoffs. They'll play a play-in series.
But with the guys that may be going back down to Rockford after the season ends, I would think that it's going to fortify their team, and they might be in for a good playoff run. Calder Cup playoffs are an awful lot of fun to watch. Inside the Hawk zone, Canadians get the puck. Caulfield put it to the line. Savard. They'll dish it into the right wing quarter. Hawk zone. Suzuki there. Snaps it behind the net up the near side. Nick Foligno took it away for the Hawks. Flips it behind the net. And Vlasic put it into the near corner. Renzel. He'll pass up the right wing. Oliver Moore gains center ice on the right wing side. Chris crosses with Foligno over the Canadian line down the left wing. Moore to the corner. Trying to shake the check of Slavkovsky. More to the half boards now. Snaps it down the glass behind the net up the near side. Crevier reaching in. Poke checks the puck free. But the Canadians take it back. Grable leaving it for Caulfield. He'll flip the puck over, and David Savard will carry behind the Montreal net stop and have a look. Chased out by Flagger. Savard passing to Struble. Ahead now to Demidov across the Hawk line to the left wing. Jostled by Reichel off the puck. Hawks get it. Cleared around by Vlasic. Up the left wing side to center ice. And Valeno had the puck for a moment, lost it. New hook behind the Canadian net. Drives it around to the left wing to Demidov. To Joel Armia at center ice. Sent it across the lane. Hudson in the right wing corner. Hawks was hit by Murphy. Murphy pumps the puck behind the net. Demidov tried to center. Demidov got it back. To Hudson right point. He'll drop it to Ivan Demidov along the right wing boards. To Lane Hudson left point. Moving down to the left circle to Demidov. High slot. Then top of the left circle. He fires. And Valeno turned his skate sideways to block that shot. Slaggert the other way. Fed it to Reichel down the flat Canadian zone. City scores! Lucas Reichel! As the Hawks team speed factors into this rush. Slaggert sets him up on the left wing boards. Reichel grabs the puck between the circles, sweeps in on Montembeau, and beat him with a wrist shot. It's 3-2 Hawks with 14:21 left in the third.
Where does this all start? The block shot. Sacrificing yourself in your own end of the ice. You block the shot. The rebound goes out. Slaggert gets it. Now all of a sudden you're in an odd man rush up the ice. What a great little saucer pass into an area by Slaggert so Reichel could skate into this one. Just flips one down into the slot area. And Reichel goes in and he beats the goaltender. This is exactly what we were talking about. Now Montreal, for the first time in this game, they're trailing. And this is such an important game for Montreal. Reichel's 8th of the season. Time to break up the Bandito one more time. Celebrate every goal of the season with El Bandito, Yankee Tequila. Hawks up 3-2.
Boy, I hope Joe Valeno gets an assist on this goal. It was he that turned his skate sideways to block that shot by Ivan Demidov. 3-2 Hawks in the lead right now and back inside the Canadian zone. Ryan Donato battling with Matheson in the right wing corner. The puck comes free. Matheson tried to sling it behind the net. Carrier picked it off instead. Moves the puck around at the left wing to Gallagher. Clears the center ice, but doubling back, Ilya Mikheyev will drop the puck between the circles. Hawks zone. Kaiser clearing the center ice. Gallagher took it back, turned it over at the Hawk blue line. Ryan Donato there. He'll just casually dump the puck into the right wing corner in the Canadian zone and get off in a change. Carrier behind his net. From Matheson, left wing board. Passing up the left wing side. Kapanen Hawk blue line. This deflects across to the right wing corner Hawk zone. Vlasic works it free to Rinzel behind the net, who put a pass up the near side, picked off by the Canadiens. In the left wing corner, Evans centers the puck, and that deflects through the crease and wide. Laine giving a bump off the puck along the far boards by Vlasic. Bertuzzi passing it ahead to Nazar in full flight down the left wing Canadian zone. He'll fire, and Montembeau is down with a butterfly save and holds the puck. Nazar has been working for chances, and he's gotten a bunch of good ones here tonight. He also has a goal. 3-2, the Hawks lead the Canadiens with 12:58 left in period number 3 here in Montreal. And this is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
After the end of a good fight, you deserve an ice-cold reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. You've earned this rich golden lager with a crisp, refreshing taste. Because you know, the bigger the fight, the better the reward. You put in the hours, the energy, the tough labor. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Port, Chicago, Illinois.
Marquette Bank has been helping neighbors, families, and business owners in Chicagoland for 80 years. 80 years is a long time. When you bank with Marquette Bank, you have a partner for your business. Whether you need a small business loan, help with cash management, or help with your personal banking, Marquette Bank is here to support your business. When you bank with Marquette Bank, good things happen for you and your neighborhood. Marquette Bank, love where you bank. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 462926.
The Mid-America Carpenters Regional Council represents 52,000 hardworking professional men and women across Illinois, Missouri, Kansas, and eastern Iowa who earn the construction industry's best wages and benefits. Their professionally trained and highly skilled members are the elite workforces behind the industrial, commercial, and residential projects you see in your state every day. They build lifelong careers that offer life-changing opportunities. Build your future now. Learn more today at carpentersunion.org. That's carpentersunion.org.
This is Chris Chelios, and you're listening to Blackhawks Hockey. Now back to the game.
Thanks, Chelly. A little tidbit for you in this game. Lane Hudson has 64 points that has tied the great Chris Chelios for points by a rookie defenseman, and that goes back to the 84-85 season. We should give a little shout-out to Ryan Green. Picks up the secondary assist. Hard to figure out whether it was 90 or 20 out there, but it was Ryan Green who blocked that shot. Gets the secondary assist because of that effort. So congratulations to Green on picking up his first point in the NHL.
Back underway in the Canadian zone. Matheson clearing the puck up the left wing side for Caulfield. He deflects it down into the Hawk end. Murphy a quick outlet pass. Nazar center ice. Trying to deflect it over to Teravainen. It's off his stick and down. Now Bertuzzi took the puck away behind the Canadian net. The Teravainen left corner to Bertuzzi back in the net to Crevier right point. We'll stick it down to Bertuzzi. Back to Crevier at the line. Fired a shot that deflects through to the left wing corner. Nazar's got it. Rolls off of a check. Sends it over to the right point, but this eludes Crevier. Hits the glass and bounces to center ice. And Crevier will fire it back down the boards into the Montreal zone. Hawk go for a line change. Mikheyev battling with Carrier far corner. Carrier sends the puck behind the Montreal net. Matheson returns it back over to Carrier. He'll pass up the right wing. Suzuki, then to Gallagher over the hot line down the right wing to Josh Anderson. Squeezed off the puck in the corner by Rinzel. Puck taken back by Gallagher. Fed it up the slot. And there's a shot from Hudson. Turned out of there with a sliding pad save by Soderblom. Anderson back in the net. Checked by Rinzel. Puck slides up the far boards, and Mikheyev will poke it down ice to the Canadian blue line. Caden Gooley back to get the puck over to Lane Hudson. Passing it ahead, Gallagher over the hot line left point. Tried to fire toward the net, picked off by Rinzel. The pass up the left wing, Donato. Actually, Bedard over the Canadian line to Donato left circle. He fires. And a chest save made by Montembeau. Donato got it back to Bedard in the slot. Toe drag, and a shot goes wide. Hudson clears it around the glass, not out. Left it off for the right point. Sent it in front of the net off of Donato's stick. Hawks recover. Here's Bedard, high slot to Kaiser, left point. Down to Donato, left wing circle. Drops it off for Bedard coming by. Bedard, top of the left circle, had trouble with the puck. It's cleared off the far glass by Gallagher to center ice, and the Hawks take it back. Right back into the Canadian zone, Bedard. Down the right wing side to the corner. Bedard behind the net. A drop pass from Moore. It was knocked away by Laine. And then Foligno from the right wing boards. Tried to sink the puck into the corner. He put it into the skates of Moore. Then Moore had it pulled away by Newhook. Let's skate up the left wing to center ice. Lost it to Levshinoff. Laine took it back into the Hawk zone. Left wing side. Drops it off to Newhook. He drives a shot that goes wide. Now around on the far side of the rink, Foligno there will chip the puck down ice into the Canadian zone. And back to get it to Struble. Pass up the left wing for Newhook. This misses and goes down. Icing's going to be the call against Montreal.
Well, how impressive was that last shift by the Hawks in the offensive zone? I mean, just great tiptoe passing, moving it from one side. The cycle was going. The defense were involved. Some really good looks. Bedard, a clean shot right down the slot. Frank Nazar shift before that, using his speed going down the left wing side, protecting the puck against Lane Hudson. He gets another good opportunity. The speed and the passing, the execution for the Hawks right now is just great.
Off the draw, Murphy fires from the left point. That was blocked on the way in. Foligno fires from the left wing circle. That was blocked as well. Canadians clear their end. Struble with a pass up ice intended for Laine. Misses and goes down into the Hawk zone. Murphy behind the net will wind it around up the right wing to Slaggert, who clears over the blue wide to center ice. And Newhook took the puck back front of the penalty boxes. Dumps it to the right wing corner, Hawk zone. Murphy plays it behind the net up the near side to Crevier. Passing it at the center ice to Veleno. He'll dump the puck off the right side boards and down behind the Montreal net. Then finished his check on Matheson there. Matheson put it around up the right side. Picked off now by Bertuzzi. Bertuzzi at the left point. Runs into Matheson. Retains the puck. Got it to Teravainen in the deep slot. He moves it over right point Rinzel. They'll just stroke it down the boards in behind the Canadian net. Bertuzzi runs over Matheson there, but Matheson skewers the puck around up the far side. And Nazar had it for a moment, lost it. Canadians clear their end as Demidov sends it down to the Hawk blue line. Teravainen is able to keep the puck away from the Canadian Slavkovsky. Over to Rinzel along the right boards, then to Vlasic. And Vlasic holding the puck. Hawks reorganizing for their breakout. Put it over to Rinzel. Bank pass up the right side. Misses McHale and goes down, but no icing called. As Montembeau plays the puck up the left wing side. Here's Suzuki into the Hawk zone, left point. To Caulfield. Caulfield sent it back for Suzuki. Levshinoff took the puck back for the Hawks and clears it ahead to center ice. Bedard over the Canadian line, right wing. Cuts back through the high slot. Bedard, top of the left circle, stopping there. Tried to squeeze off his shot. Slavkovsky came along and bumped it off his stick to center ice. Then Slavkovsky lifts the puck to the Hawk blue line. Kaiser grabs it over his head, drops it to his stick, sends it ahead to Donato into the Canadian zone where he fires one just wide from the left circle. Loose puck in the left wing corner. Oliver Moore pokes it behind the net. Bedard, right corner. Tough angle shot sails over the head of Montembeau. Off the far glass to center ice and from in front of the benches. Kaiser plays the puck across the rink. Gallagher will sweep it back into the Canadian zone. Here's a pass ahead. Lane Hudson over the hot line. Down the left wing to the corner. Got it out in front for Gallagher. Knocked off his stick. A follow-up shot from Struble, and that's turned wide at the defense. Hudson through the high slot now, holding the puck. Here's Hudson for the left point. Sent a tumbling puck into the slot, picked off by the Hawks. Ryan Green fed it ahead, intended for Oliver Moore, but he was late getting there, and Jacob Struble took it back for the Canadians.
Yeah, good positioning there by Foligno, Moore, and Ryan Green. Defensively, excellent position.
Here's Demidov reading into the Hawks zone down the left wing. He'll fire, butterfly save made by Soderblom. Bueno breaking back the other way at the right wing to center ice. Hits Reichel over the Canadian line, left wing circle. To the slot, Slaggert turns and fires a backhand with deflection behind the net. Reichel got it there. Kicks it to Veleno. Moves it right point. Crevier sends it left point. Murphy tried a one-timer. He shanked it to the end boards. The Canadians get the puck back. Demidov with a backhand lead pass. Newhook into the Hawk zone left point. Won a Stanley Cup with Colorado back in 2022. He feeds it down the boards behind the Hawk net, but Slaggert came out with it. He shot it to the Canadian blue line, and then Slaggert runs into Carrier. They continue to battle. Slavkovsky into the Hawk zone right corner. Drops it off. Suzuki pounds a shot from the right circle. Blocker save made by Soderblom. Slavkovsky to the puck behind the net. To Suzuki along the right boards. To Carrier at the line. Deep slot. Long wrist shot. Turned out of there. Looked like it hit Vlasic. Teravainen will grab the puck, move up the left wing, pass it ahead to Nazar into the Canadian zone. Nazar, cold shoulders, Carrier into the corner. They battle for the puck. Nazar wins the battle for the puck. Put it behind the net. Bertuzzi to Nazar, left wing circle. He'll turn around and put it to the goal mouth. And Bertuzzi slaps it on goal. And Montral is down with a butterfly save. Crazy fast action here in Montreal. The Hawks clinging to a 3-2 lead over the Canadiens with 6:28 left in period number 3. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
The John Williams Show, weekdays 10 to 2 on the station you trust, WGN.
Ever feel like the road is out to... Thankfully, Hyundai is always working to ensure it doesn't, with over 130 IIHS Top Safety Awards since 2006. IIHS Top Safety Awards include Top Safety Pick and Top Safety Pick Plus awards to Hyundai vehicles from 2006 to 2025.
Right now, for a limited time, you can lease the Hyundai Tucson for $259 a month or get $1,750 bonus cash. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offers end April 30th. Call 224-661-0068 for details.
Property managers and GCs use FinishingChicago.com's contractors for finishes and protective coatings in the most iconic venues, interior spaces, and essential infrastructure. Our painters apply industry-leading commercial and industrial finishes inside and out, so your biggest assets always put their best square footage forward. FinishingChicago.com has your free list of painting, wall covering, glass systems, drywall finishing, and signage contractors. For a great finish, start with FinishingChicago.com.
Being a union member, do you fully understand your pension benefits? Are you getting the most of what your benefits have to offer? Could you use a review of your spousal retirement options? I'm Lori Whittingham Derby, Managing Director for Megan Financial. We provide financial planning solutions exclusively designed for the hardworking men and women of organized labor. Megan Financial will help you take steps to pursue the growth you want and the protection you need. Visit us at megent.com.
Investment executive offering security and advisory services through Cetera Advisors, LLC, member FINRA, SIPC. 100 years in the making. One season to witness it all. Blackhawks full and half-season memberships are on sale. Secure your seat now at blackhawks.com/membership.
Who's hot, who's cold? Sponsored by Columbus 911 Chicago, where they do it right the first time. Columbus has won 4 in a row. They're right behind the Montreal Canadiens. Who's cold? The San Jose Sharks. Only 1 win in their last 10. Who's hot, who's cold? Sponsored by Plumbers 911 Chicago. We got us a great one here. 3-2 Hawks, 6.5 to go in the third.
Boy, do we. Are the Canadians ahead right now? Negative, Ghost Rider. The pattern is full. In behind the Canadian net. Carrier to the puck. Driving it around at the left wing side at center ice. Josh Anderson will dish the puck into the Hawks zone left wing corner. Gallagher there. Rolls off a check. Cut it down in front. Kaiser held his ground and slots it away to Teravainen. Moving up the left wing through center ice over the Canadian line. Teravainen stopping near the point. Flips it down off the end boards behind the Canadian net. Hawks to go for a line change. In the near corner, Bertuzzi takes the puck away. He's 1 against 3 Canadians right now, doing an effective job of milking the clock and keeping the puck deep in the Canadian zone simultaneously. 5:45 left in the third. Now he gives the puck to Donato. He strokes it out to the deep side. It's past Vlasic and down ice into the Hawk zone. Vlasic back to get it. He'll bump it off the end boards over to Rinzel along the right sideboard. Passing ahead to Donato at center ice on the right wing. Ahead to Mikheyev. He'll chip it down to the right wing corner, Canadian zone. Matheson to the puck, put it behind the net to Slavkovsky. Spins it back in behind Matheson. He'll clear it up the near boards to center ice, and Rinzel will fire it off the linesman standing at the Montreal blue line. Puck comes back to Rinzel, Hawk zone. Head to Mikheyev. Had it pulled off his stick by Slavkovsky to center ice. Slovakian native dumping it in behind the Hawk net. Soderblom playing it back up the near boards for Bedard. Slavkovsky pulls Bedard's stick off the puck, then took it back behind the net. Put it around to Carrier near the right point. He centers the puck, and Bedard was back kneeling in front of the crease to knock that away. Carrier along the right side boards to Slavkovsky behind the net. Put it back for Carrier along the right board. Back for Slavkovsky, then to Caulfield behind the net. To Uri Slavkovsky. He'll move out now, bottom of the right circle. Put it to the right point. Carrier. Back to Slavkovsky. He moves out to the right point, sends toward the Hawk net. And Vlasic turned his skate sideways to block it. Then he takes the puck and lifts it down ice. And Ryan Donato was well ahead of Matheson to the dots, so no icing called. Montembeau plays the puck up the left wing side to Carrier.
The layers of defense in the Hawks under their ice have been excellent. You saw Connor Bedard right down in the top of the goal crease there, recognizing what was going on there. Hawks have been excellent in their own end of the ice.
Line into the Hawks zone, left wing side. Just does avoid a check from Crevier, who's about to be put through the glass into row 15. In the far corner, Hawk zone, Murphy to the puck. Carrying behind the net, bank pass up the right side. Foligno, Hawk blue line. He'll deflect it down ice into the Canadian zone. Hudson clearing to center ice. Here's Newhook into the Hawk zone. Top of the left circle, firing a shot. That deflects wide. Murphy and Newhook become entangled, and a penalty is going to be called here to the Hawks. Murphy was trying to lift Newhook's stick off the puck, and he's going to be assessed a hooking minor here. Kind of a debatable call.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sold on this one. I want to get another look. 3:48 to go. Connor Murphy's going to get a holding minor penalty.
Okay. Canadian power play when we return with 3:48 left in period number 3, and the Hawks leading 3-2. Can the Hawks hold on and ruin the Canadiens' plans for a playoff spot? Find out in a minute. This is Blackhawks Hockey at 720 WGN.
With the enhanced engine performance and fuel economy of newly reformulated TriClean gas from Citgo, you're good to go. But good to go where? Exotic bird shopping? To your Tuesday night bowling league?
Woo! That's a turkeys.
Good to go try your luck at bingo.
G32. Bingo!
Good to go to a lumberjack competition.
I'm going to move my car.
New top-tier TriClean gas from Citgo, the most advanced fuel we've ever made. Now you're good to go.
Hi, this is Dave Musial, owner of Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric, with our biggest sale ever. Furnaces from $39 a month. Furnace and air conditioning combos from $59 a month, plus 72 months interest-free financing and up to a $4,000 system rebate. Four Seasons guaranteed to beat any competitor's price by up to $1,000 guaranteed. So call today for your free in-home estimate and same-day installation.
For all the right reasons, call it 664 Seasons.
Attend the Smart Home and Furnishing Show September 24th through the 26th at the Donald E. Stevens Center in Rosemont. Explore the future of home living and smart home automation. Enjoy interactive demos and live showcases from the brands you love. Get your free tickets at WGNSmart.com. Just use promo code EARLYBIRD, all one word. Join Sunrun, the National Institute of Building Sciences, U.S. Green Building Council, and NDU Internet. It's the Smart Home and Furnishing Show, where innovation meets sustainability. The future of smart living.
Hey Hawks fans, this is Connor Bedard. Let's get back to John and Troy on 720 WGN.
Here we go. 3:48 to go. Hawks a man short. Connor Murphy in the box. 2 minutes for holding. Got another look at it. Not a whole lot there, but Hawks have been excellent on the penalty kill. 3 for 3 so far. This is maybe the biggest power play that the Habs have had this season. Right here, right now.
We got Patrick Laine out there. We talked earlier about his situation this season. 15 of his 20 goals have been on the power play, including 4 on the 5-on-3 advantage. Ilya Mikheyev will now have to step in and take the draw against Laine. Circle to the left of Soderblom. Canadians get it. Hudson to Laine. Top of the right circle. Delays and fires. Classic blocked it with his foot. He's aching a little bit, but the puck deflects to center ice. That was a big block by Alex Vlasic. 1:48 on the Canadian power play. Caulfield fires it down the glass into the hot zone. Slavkovsky, top of the left circle. Lane Hudson, high slot. To Laine against the left half boards. Put it over to Suzuki, top of the right circle. He'll move down to the half boards. Give it to Hudson, deep slot now. Hudson moving over, gave it high slot. Suzuki fires. Vlasic blocked another one. At the left point, Hudson takes it back to Laine beside the left circle against the boards. To Slavkovsky back in the net. To Caulfield in the right wing corner, bothered by Vlasic all the way out to the line. Mikheyev steps into him there. Hudson got the puck back high slot, moving down the south side and over, and a shot and score. It's Caulfield. Lane Hudson with a very intelligent move. Had the puck in the high slot area. He moved straight toward the Hawk net and drew several of the Hawk defenders to him and hit a wide open Cole Caulfield, who drives it past Soderblom for his 38th goal on the season. It's a power play goal, and we're tied at 3.
This one, kind of a lucky break for Caulfield. It goes off the post, hits the back of the pad of Soderblom. Off a nice feed from Lane Hudson, who passes Chris Chelios now for the rookie mark for a defenseman. Lucky bounce off the skate, off the post, off the back of Soderblom's pad, and in the net. Oh my goodness. 18th goal of the season. We're going to give the goal to Slavkovsky. He must have, that was the skate that hit as it was going to the net.
Okay, well, they've given it to Slavkovsky. I stand corrected.
And you look at this holding call that was there before. There was nothing there.
Pretty weak.
Terrible call. Big power play goal, though, for Montreal. Mikheyev tried to get that puck out of his own. He got drawn too far over and lost the battle. And then that opened up the room for Lane Hudson to walk down the slot area. All kinds of options.
There's Kaiser, hot blue line, passing ahead of the left wing at center ice to Bertuzzi, front of the benches. Brings it down the glass, deep into the Canadian zone. Nazar came up with it behind the net. Put it away to the right wing boards, Teravainen to Bertuzzi behind the net. Fed it up the slot. It was intended for Nazar, but it hit his stick and puck tumbles all the way down and on Soderblom at the top of the Hawk crease. Classic now between the circles, Hawk zone. Moves to the left wing side of the Hawk zone. Shot the puck through center ice. Intended for Donato. Canadian blue line. It deflects in behind the net into the near corner. Matheson clears it back around up the right side. Slavkovsky to Suzuki. Through center over the Hawk line down the right wing. And he's angled into the end boards with a check there from Vlasic. Hawks back the other way quickly. Renzel, Hawk line. To Mikheyev over the Canadian line. To Renzel, left wing circle. Closing in. He gave it to Mikheyev. Now behind the net to Renzel in the right wing corner. There's Renzel. The Mikheyev behind the net. Rolls out. Gave it to Renzel, top of the right circle. Put it over to Bedard along the left wing boards. He'll slide the puck down behind the net to Donato. He'll carry it around to the left wing half boards. He swings it behind the net around to the right point to Renzel. He flips it back down behind the net. Mikheyev wrap around. Try goes through the crease and wide. Bedard's got the puck now right point, moving through the high slot with it. Over to the top of the left circle. Then to the half board, stopping there. Bedard pressured out to the point. Will backhand it down the boards deep into the Montreal zone. Get off on the change. Canadians get it back. Approaching 1 minute left in the third period. Crevier now back in the Hawk zone after Canadians clear. Passing the puck ahead, Foligno, Canadian line. He deflects it down between the circles. And Lane Hudson took it away from Montreal. The goalie. Put it over the far side. Gemelot clearing to center ice. Foligno took it back for the Hawks. And he'll dump the puck into the right corner Canadian zone. Landon Slaggert there to Joe Valeno. Who dishes behind the net, left wing corner, Foligno. Put it back behind the net. Joe Valeno there. Valeno moving out to Crevier right point. Hammers a shot, and that hits Slaggert, posted up at the top of the crease. And the puck cleared to center ice there by Gooley, taken back by the Hawks. Slaggert is there. Passing to Foligno. He steps into the Canadian zone left point. And he'll flip the puck down behind the net where Valeno plasters Gooley with a body check. But the Canadians get the puck back. Gooley's got it behind the Montreal net. 20 seconds left on the clock for the third, 3-3. There's a pass from Gooley headed to Vorak to center ice. The Gallagher over the Hawk line in the right wing. Tied up by Nazar. Turned the puck over with 10. Bertuzzi the other way. Jostled off the puck in front of the Canadians bench by Anderson. Canadians get it back. Hudson carrying behind his net. He'll milk the clock. 3 seconds. 2-1. The Canadians are going to get a point out of this hockey game. And with one more point, they will clinch a playoff spot as regulation ends with the sides tied at 3. What a hockey game we have witnessed here tonight in Montreal.
Yeah, this has been just a phenomenal game. Give both sides a round of applause for what has happened here through 60 minutes. My goodness. Late power play for the Montreal Canadiens. They capitalize on it. Didn't like the call on Connor Murphy whatsoever. Well, let's go way back. In 1994, on the 14th, the Hawks played their last regular season game at the old Chicago Stadium in a loss against the Toronto Maple Leafs. The final of that game was 6-4. A new chapter here at the Bell Center, recognizing Lane Hudson, him passing Chris Chelios for the most points by a rookie defenseman in the Montreal Canadiens history. 65 points now on the season. 59 assists, which ties him coming into the night with Quinn Hughes for second place. Cale Makar with 3 more than those two gentlemen. This day in Blackhawks history, sponsored by Global Auto Recycling. Get past for your car or truck today with Global Auto Recycling. We are entering the Hyundai overtime for the Montreal Canadiens, 8-7 in overtime. For the Hawks, they went through the overtime against the Winnipeg Jets, lost in a shootout.
Well, should we try predicting who the personnel will be on the ice for each team to start the overtime, Troy? You want to give it a shot?
Well, I just cheated.
Oh, okay.
But it's Nazar, Bedard, and Vlasic. Nick Suzuki, he has been great. What a trade for the Montreal Canadiens with the Vegas Golden Knights. When Vegas took Matt Pacioretty, and the Montreal Canadiens got their captain for a lot of years. Dvorak will take the face off. Matheson out there in defense as well. Hyundai overtime starts now.
Well, here we go. Dvorak against Nazar on the draw. Dvorak has company with Suzuki and Matheson. We'll see Demidov for sure if this overtime proceeds through its entire 5-minute length. The drop of the puck, Canadians control off the draw. Mike Matheson will take the puck and carry back behind his net. Stopping there, Matheson leaving the puck for Captain Nick Suzuki of the Canadiens. They'll skate it slowly out from behind the net between the circles. Head to the Canadian blue line. Give it to Cole Caulfield, left wing side over the Hawk blue line. Caulfield backing up to the half boards. Drops it back to Matheson. He has to retreat to center ice with the puck. Canadians will give it another look here. Matheson now in front of the penalty boxes. Dropping the puck at the Canadian line. Suzuki there. He's through center ice over the Hawk blue line. He's hit by Nazar as he crosses, and Nazar pushes the Canadian captain with the puck to center ice. Nazar will head to the Hawk bench. On come Oliver Moore and Teuvo Teravainen. Suzuki back through center, drops it at the Canadian line. Caulfield there, breaking through center over the Hawk line, down the right wing. Cut it back into the high slot. Suzuki now, top of the left circle. Cuts across the high slot, dropping it there, Lane Hudson. Moving over top of the left circle, he'll retreat to the blue line. Hudson now to the right wing circle, drops the puck. Taken away by Oliver Moore. Hudson had fallen down. Moore's got the puck back in the Hawk zone between the circles. And he'll drop it off now to Sam Rinzel. Rinzel at the Hawk blue line, chased down to the corner by Demidov. Shakes the check once and then twice. Moves it over to Connor Bedard. He'll cut in front of the Hawk net and then move up the left wing side and cut out the center ice with Nazar on the left wing side. Bedard over the Canadian line. Stopping now the left point. Here's Bedard retreating to center ice, being chased by Demidov in front of the penalty boxes, leaving the puck for Sam Rinzel. Crossing the Montreal line. Through the high slot to the right circle. To the slot, Nazar. He'll drop it over to Bedard along the left boards. He'll carry it around to the blue line and then retreat to center ice again. 3:08 left in overtime. Bedard breaks back into the Canadian zone, stopping top of the left circle, tried the slot. Rinzel couldn't get a clean shot away. Bothered by Newhook. Puck taken away by Newhook of the Canadians. Passing to center ice, picked off by Nazar. Breaks back into the Montreal zone. Nazar left wing side, drops it to Bedard in the left wing circle. Here's Bedard now, moving out toward the line again. Deep slot area to Rinzel, wide open left circle, shoots! Oh, and a butterfly save made by McIndoe. And here's Demidov the other way from Montreal. To center ice, and he'll drop the puck back into the Canadian zone to Lane Hudson. This is the Hyundai overtime, 2:30 left in OT. Hudson's got the puck behind the Montreal net.
Boy, wouldn't that have been nice if Rinzel gets his first NHL goal here in Montreal? Win this one.
Hudson now breaks to center ice up the left wing. Drops the puck across to Jake Evans. Evans will carry back into the Montreal zone between the circles. Passing up the right wing for Matheson. The pass missed and goes all the way down. Matheson falls under a Ryan Green check in the corner and clears the puck down to the Montreal blue line. Patrick Laine's got it there. Laine back through center ice and over the Hawk blue line. Top of the right circle. Clears! And a blocker save made by Soderblom. Green grabs the puck to Teravainen. Circle to the right of Soderblom. Teravainen twisting away from Canadian pressure. Will carry to center ice and then take the puck and loop back into the Hawk zone once again. Teravainen between the circles. Sends it over on the left wing side. Mikheyev there will stick the puck behind the net. Artem Levchin off far corner. 1:30 in overtime. Lead pass down to Mikheyev, breaking through center with speed over the Canadian line down the left wing to the half board. Laine falls down in the corner. Mikheyev fed the left point, Teravainen. He flips it over now, top of the right circle to Levshinoff. He'll retreat to center ice and give the puck to Teravainen, Hawk blue line. Here's a pass now, Teravainen to Bedard, just off the Hawks bench. Carries into the Montreal zone, then retreats to center ice and back into the Hawk end again. But he'll pass out now to center ice to Vlasic. Vlasic then turns back to the Hawk blue line. Back into the Hawk zone, getting to Bedard on the right wing side. He's over the Canadian line, crisscrossing with Nazar to the slot, then to the right circle. A drop pass picked off by Caulfield, breaking back the other way. Hawk line left wing steps across, stripped to the puck by Vlasic, who carries down behind the net. Here's Vlasic now, had it stripped away by Caulfield. Caulfield along the right board centers the puck, picked off by Bedard. Head to Vlasic at center ice on the left wing side. Back to Bedard over the Canadian line in the right wing. Here's Bedard, took it top of the left wing circle. Hawks in a change, Bedard left wing corner. Carries behind the net. He thought about the cross shot, the Michigan, if you will, but carried it around to the blue line instead. Leaving the puck for Donato, right point. Here's Ryan Donato. Put it into the high slot. Renzel. Had it back across for Donato, left wing circle. He'll carry it around to the blue line. Give it to Bedard through the high slot as they crisscross. Bedard stopping there. Bedard now, top of the right circle. 7 seconds in OT. Leaving it for Renzel. Renzel at the right point. Twists away from pressure. Moves to the slot. Shoots! Shoulder save made by Montembeault as overtime ends. I don't know about the players, but the exhaustion factor among the broadcasters is palpable, Bud.
Oh, boy.
Take it, please.
What a hockey game. What a hockey game. Renzel with a couple good looks, 3-on-3. Under overtime, doesn't solve anything. Now you go into the shootout. Blackhawks 1-4. They lost the other night against the Winnipeg Jets. The Montreal Canadiens 2-3 in the shootout format. Soderblom's numbers have not been great in the shootout,
but he's getting better. Oh, boy. The Hawks have extracted a point out of this contest right away. They've gone 65 minutes and haven't decided a winner.
Soderblom 0-4 in the shootouts. Check on Montembeault, what his stats are.
Well, this season anyway, Sam Montembeault 1-2 in shootout.
Boy, I tell you what, you look at the shootout situation, and sometimes it's just kind of lucky. And I become a fan of it just because I like the way it ends the game. It wasn't at the beginning. But like that game at the United Center where Winnipeg was able to win that game, sends everybody home with a 12 kill. Here, if Montreal ends up winning it, this place is going to go nuts. Caulfield, the first shooter.
Joel Caulfield so far this season, 2 for 5. He picks up the puck at center ice, crosses the Hawks line on the right wing, cuts back to the slot, beats and shoots. Stick save made by Soderblom. And no score in the shootout. The Hawks' first shooter is going to be Frank Nazar.
Yeah, Soderblom did a nice job. Didn't move first, just kind of shuffled across there, took everything away from Caulfield. Really didn't have a lot. He didn't have any speed to make it deep or anything.
Here's Nazar, picks up the puck at center ice. Crosses the Montreal line down the left wing, cuts back to the slot, lost the puck, got it back, backhand, he scores! A sweet backhander into the top shelf by Frank Nazar, and the Hawks lead 1-0 in the shootout.
Well, he almost didn't get a shot away. The puck got away from him. Right in the slot area. He jumps over the boards. Nazar able to finish that off. Kind of a rolling puck, but he able to elevate it up into the top corner. Hawks up by 1 in the shootout, round 2.
Line 8, 2 for 3. Picks up the puck at center. Crosses the Hawk line on the left wing. Angling back to the slot. He'll shoot. Glove save made by Soderblom. So the Hawks can win this game right here with the next shooter. Let's see who it's going to be. It's going to be Teuvo Teravainen.
4 for 5 this year.
Yeah.
Missed the first time this year against the Jets. Well, they're going to question something here. Gallagher comes over to the referees to see what's going on. I'm not sure what this conversation would be about. The linesman comes over and pushes him out of the way. Any idea what this conversation would be about with the two referees?
Well, maybe the fact that Nazar lost possession of the puck.
Did the puck go back?
No, it kept going forward.
What?
There was a challenge on Nazar's shot as he brought it down into the Canadian zone. It rolled off of his stick, but he took it back quickly, and the puck never went backwards on him. And Gallagher's arguing that that should be no goal.
Well, Marty St. Louis wants an explanation.
At the Canadiens bench, Francis Chiron.
They come back and they said that Nazar's was a goal? Well, we already knew that.
Yeah. Well, Teravainen can put it away right here. Looks like the dust is settled on this one. We're going to leave things as they are.
I'm just not sure. They're looking for the puck. It's up underneath the back bar is where it's at. There, look at there. They found it. There it is. There's the missing puck from Philadelphia.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Steve Miller. Appreciate it very much. All right. Well, Teravainen is going to get an opportunity here to put this away for the Hawks. Big fan of the Steve Miller band, Troy. I am. Big fan. Love Steve Miller band. Love it.
I'll just leave it alone.
Yeah.
I teed you up and I'll leave it alone.
All right. Teravainen can win it here. He picks up the puck at center ice. Carries it over the Canadian line for the win. Down the left wing to the front of the net with a backhander, and it goes over the net up off the glass.
And that's his signature move. Goes to the backhand, and he always elevates it, but this one goes right up over everything, up into the netting. So Suzuki, the captain, steps over the boards. He's got to score here, or the Hawks will win this one.
So Suzuki's ready. He's 0 for 4 in shootout. He picks up the puck at center ice. He's got to score to keep the Canadiens alive. Twisting in over the Hawk line on the serpentine move. Moves in front of the net. Deeks, and shoots. Hit the crossbar. Hawks win in the shootout. The Hawks beat the Montreal Canadiens. The final score of the hockey game. The Hawks 4 and the Canadiens 3 as they win the shootout by a 1-0 score. And the Hawks are all off the bench to go down and mob Arvid Soderblom at the top of the Hawk race. The Canadiens do get a point out of this game, and they're in position to win a playoff spot, but they've got to beat Carolina now, or they have to count on Columbus to lose a game so that they can get in.
Yeah, this Blackhawks win is sponsored by Circus Sports Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circusports.com. What a hockey game this was. Fantastic.
I was going to say,
win or lose, fantastic.
I should sleep pretty good tonight. And this one wore me out, man. I don't know about you, but wow. And a second look at that shot.
It goes off the crossbar. It comes down. It lands on Soderblom. The back end by Suzuki. Oh, and if it hits Soderblom and rolls across the line, which Soderblom was quick to have the awareness to trying to find that puck off the pad, off the crossbar. And then it caught the pad. It looked like it was going to roll back into the net, and it caught the pad of Soderblom and stayed out.
Wow. Nestled into the top of the pad. All right. Hawks win tonight 4-3 the shootout. We'll be happy to tell you about it right after we take this break. This is Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
When your team's best players have all been traded and the latest pick is overrated, just raise a glass with a friend or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more too. May your team be great and your picks be true, and if it falls apart, you'll know what to do. Just raise a glass with a fan or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more too. It's a crazy world, so what do? You tell them more, tell them more, tell them more too. Hey!
Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, imported by William Grant & Sons, Inc.
Got an older wreck car taking up space in your driveway or garage? Get cash in a flash
from Global Auto Recycling and Repair. They'll take that unwanted car off your hands today. Family owned and operated, Global Auto has been serving Chicagoland for over 60 years, and they'll give you cash in a flash to take away that old junk car, even if it's no longer running. Call 847-608-4700 for Global Auto Recycling and Repair and get cash in a flash.
Navigant Law Group develops effective estate plans and provides sound advice for using them. Unfortunately, many people create trusts but never set sail for peace of mind because they don't fund the trust. Others don't update older plans. Both can invalidate some items or prevent smooth administration. Call attorney Millie Palmer at Navigant Law Group for a free initial consultation on new or existing estate plans. Call 847-253-8800 or visit navigantlaw.com and chart your course. 847-253-8800.
Hey Hawks fans, this is Connor Murphy. Let's get back to the action.
Now back to the game.
Appreciate it, Connor. We welcome you back to our broadcast.